A red day in crypto it shall be as of now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the elevator music. Shout out to you, Abdullah. But nah, yeah, a bit of a red day here in the market. I wanted to jump on live stream with you all, talk about what is going on. The world is falling, the sky is falling, guys. We're gonna lose everything. Oh my goodness. We're gonna talk about what's going on. We're gonna take a quick look, see how the market's moving. I know Trump is speaking in roughly 45 minutes, which means about an hour and 45 minutes. So we're going to hang out until then. I know I have to go run. I have to pick up something very important at like 2:30. So I might take you guys, probably put it on the phone, bring you guys with me while I go pick that up. Then we'll come back, pick up the stream from there. But all in all, I'm here with you guys for the next couple hours. You guys know how we rock and roll, man. When this market starts moving, when it starts dropping, when it starts pumping, I'll always be here with you guys, guiding you through the craziness and the fuckery of crypto. So if you have been enjoying the content, don't forget to smash the like button. And yeah, let's get into it. But all in all, I see you, everyone. I see you, AM. I'm gonna try, champ. I'm gonna try. We're losing the daily 200. Abdullah, Rolando, Adrian. Shout out to you, G. Jimmy Lad, Giga. What's up, champ? What is he talking about? This is a meeting with I don't know. I forgot to take profit. It happens to the best of us. Bull run over. What's up, bro? Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Bull run over. What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, look, listen, everyone seems to think that the bull market is over. So I am inclined to believe that it is not indeed over. You know, I actually made a post over on Instagram earlier. They had maybe I can find it. Hold on one second. Let me see if it's still up. Okay, so this perfectly describes why I don't think the bull market is over. So on one portion of my Twitter timeline, it says a whale has opened a $78 million ETH long and a $76 million Bitcoin long. A few days ago, he made 5 milli vanillies by going short. Does he know something? So, you know, smart money, big money, putting tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into the market. While at the same exact time, we have guys on, here, my guy Ponzi Trader coming out saying, to be fully honest, it actually could not look worse. So while retail and Twitter analysts are out saying that the bear market has started, we have whales longing, we have whales accumulating. And I mean, I feel like that kind of speaks volumes, in my opinion. Now, this pullback, little drop that we're seeing right here, isn't something that I would say is super surprising. I feel like if you've been watching my channel, especially for the last like the last week, literally, I said 5 days ago, warning, the crypto trap is not over. Crypto investors just don't effing learn. It's getting juicy. This is exactly why crypto just fell. Even today, the trap is still set. Do nothing until this happens. And what we've been talking about over the last couple of days is the fact that some sort of continued little pullback, some sort of continued drop seemed rather likely. I didn't say definite. I didn't even say that I thought that for sure was going to happen, but I did say it made a lot of sense for this pullback to happen. I said, listen, you got to think about it from the mindset of a market manipulator, right? Crypto prices are high. When crypto prices are high, a whole bunch of people start betting way too much money that they're going to keep going up. As a result of this, those long trades are open for liquidations below it. So if you're a market manipulator, what are you going to do? You're going to drop the prices back to the downside. You're going to flush that market out. You're going to liquidate all of those traders, right? Then what happens? The market starts to pump a little bit back towards the upside, and you're going to sit back and reassess. You're going to say, okay, well, as the market is pumping back up towards the upside, not only are we liquidating these short traders who started betting it was going to go down, but now these long traders, these bulls, are starting to gain confidence again that the market's going up. So guess what? Drop it back down again. And that's what I was saying in this video right here. I said crypto investors just don't effing learn. And what I meant about it, people not learning, was that a whole bunch of people were opening up huge leverage long trades the second that we started to rally. And I was like, listen, you opening up these huge leverage long trades is going to get us liquidated. It's going to get this market to pull back again, as they're going to want to come down, reaccumulate one more time, and smash out all of those long traders. And so it makes a lot of sense now as to why the market's pulling back. This is simply just another snatch and grab. They're bringing the market back down to liquidate all of those traders who got a little bit too confident. They thought they could time the bottom. They thought that they can get in at the right time. They thought they could win. That's not what happens here. When you're a retail trader in crypto, you are designed and destined to lose. We all lose every day. I'm joking. But no, like, people were betting way too big. They got too greedy right here. They were revenge trading, and the market's it's brutalizing them because of it. It's just exactly what happens. It happens all the time. And if you don't believe that this is what we kind of were expecting in some capacity, go watch this video. Stop this stream right now. Go watch this video. Crypto investors just don't learn, because in this video, again, that's what we were talking about. Listen, there's billions of dollars below us. They already dropped the market down. They already have the sentiment. They already have the easy access to pull the market downwards. Why wouldn't they reaccumulate one more time at lower levels and wipe these traders? Now, the bright side of it, though, is that I don't believe that this pullback is going to last forever. Could it last a little bit longer? Yeah, definitely. Of course. Could it pull us back to 90K? I hope not, but sure, it absolutely could. But the truth about it is, though, I think there's a bigger trap that's happening right now. The truth about it is that I think that there could be something even bigger brewing that people aren't paying enough attention to right now. And that is actually what's happening to the top side. That's actually what's happening way back up here if you start to open your eyes to what's above us. Because if we go to coinglass.com, we head over to the liquidation map, we head over to the map here, we scroll down, we go to 30-day, what you can see is that not only are there sure liquidations to the downside, which is what we've all been focused on, but look to the upside, guys. $17 billion worth of liquidations if this market goes back upwards. You know what this means? This means people are scared. This means that people think that the bear market is here. You think genuinely, let me just ask you a genuine question. Do you think that the market manipulators are going to let this many people win? Simple yes or no. Simple yes or no. Go in the chat right now. Yes or no. Do you think that they would let this many people win? Because if the bear market is here, right? If the crypto market is going to keep crashing, if Bitcoin's going to keep falling, it means that we are going to see all of these people win. All of this leverage that's built up to the top side, it's going to win within reason. Do you think they're going to let them win? Of course not. How could they? What the hell? What the heliante? There's no way. It does not make sense. I've never seen it before. And I guess there's a first for everything, my friends, but I'm not betting on first today. No, thank you. And so when I look at this market, I think, sure, Bitcoin can come back lower. Sure, it might start to break structure. Sure, it might start to get scary. Bitcoin might come back to 90K, maybe even retest Fibonacci golden zone. And guess what happens the lower it goes? Guess what happens the further down we drop? These liquidations pile and pile. And now we're not talking about 17 billion. Now we're talking about 18 billion to 20 billion to 25 billion to 30 billion. Now there's 30 billion, $40 billion worth of liquidations above us. And then guess what happens? Boom, boom. Market recovers. Boom, boom. Market rallies, right? You got to think about what the environment is looking like right now. The China tariff situation is being resolved in some capacity. The Ukraine war is in some capacity coming to a bit of a better stand right now. The Israel-Palestine situation is easing. Quantitative easing is on the way. Interest rate cuts are happening. Gold is pumping. And an entire narrative right now is being built around the idea that the dollar is fucking terrible and you need to go to other assets that are not the dollar, which is like what? Which is like Bitcoin. So when I'm sitting here in a moment like this and now, kind of analyzing all of these things, I'm not convinced that this is the doom that everyone thinks it is. No, it is simply an opportunity for whales to accumulate, to smash these liquidations, to destroy these traders who think that they can get away with winning. How dare they? And then the market will be opened up for opportunity when people least expect it. And so if you are coming on the stream wondering whether or not Tyler Hill is scared of this bullshit, I hope you have your answer. Anyway. So now that we're out of the darkness, turn some damn light back on in here, baby. But that's my opinion on what's going on. That's my opinion on what's going on. Is this the big scary thing that ever? No. We figured this was a possibility. So let's kind of analyze how it's going. So right now, Bitcoin's price is at $108,000. It is still technically holding structure. What we can see is that, again, we had a resistance. We had a resistance. We had a resistance 1, 2, and 3. We had support. We had support. So now we have macro liquidity. This is a huge moment. I mean, this is a huge zone right here, okay? And as Bitcoin's price is coming down into this zone, well, what we can see is that it is still technically here. Now, sure, by the time that this bad boy, by the time this stream is over, this thing might have just fucking nuked all the way straight down through it. But at the time of recording, we are starting to see some sort of structure, some sort of support trying to be built here. For example, you go to the 1-hour charts, you can see that the pullback itself has slowed down here. Look at what's happening with the hourly RSI. What we can see is that the price, new lower lows already, but the hourly RSI is not only in the oversold territory, but trying to trend back upwards. If we go a little bit down lower into the 15-minute time frames, you can really see the picture that I'm trying to paint, which is the fact that we are now seeing this equivalent low being created here for the Bitcoin price, while the 15-minute RSI is now trending upwards. What does that mean? It means that the bulls are stepping in as we hit this support zone. They are attempting to push the price back up. Now, will they be successful? Who the fuck knows? That's the question that we all have. And, well, old Tronald Dump is about to come out, and we're going to see what he says in a little bit here. But what we can see is naturally that the market is trying to maintain the structure at that $108,000 level and is doing an okay job at doing it. Now, at the same time that we are seeing the market doing an okay job at building a support at 108K, we are seeing the majority of those liquidations occurring. Matter of fact, there are not many liquidations left below us. We would need to go to $106.6 thousand, maybe a quick flick wick to the downside just to get that bad boy out the way, John Wick style. And then maybe we're good. Maybe the liquidations are finished and maybe the support holds. Maybe we continue upwards. Now, that's just speculation at the end of the day, but I think you get the point. We have an opportunity here. While everybody is betting and screaming and fucking crying that the market's going to absolutely crash, what I see is an opportunity. The bulls are stepping in. They're attempting to hold the support while we are seeing the liquidation starting to finalize. If you actually look at what's going on here, it's actually pretty brutal, not going to lie. Pretty brutal. What we can see, the last 1 hour, 15 million, the last 4 hours, 300 million, the last 12 hours, $557 million worth of liquidations. The vast majority of that being, of course, long traders who are betting that the market is going to go up. So we are absolutely seeing these long traders getting liquidated. We're seeing them get destroyed right now. And we are continuing to, of course, see the bulls try to step in here for more of a spot position. And what I would assume is some sort of ETF accumulation as well, trying to support this 107.9 to $107,000 level. So what does all this bullshit that I just said mean? Well, it means that we have an opportunity for the structure to hold and for Bitcoin to recover, especially if Trump says something that's not absolutely fucking stupid. So maybe just get a little bit of optimism. Now, the worst case scenario here, let's talk about the realistic picture, is that Bitcoin's price just nukes straight downwards, okay? Let's talk about what happens there. Well, under the circumstance in which Bitcoin's price nukes straight down, we still do have a ton of support below us, right around $103,000 to $101,000. We have macro liquidity. We, of course, have these key support zones. We have the $100,000 psychological level, and we have the ascending level of support all below us. Now, in addition to that, if it goes lower than that, we have one of the biggest zones of support that Bitcoin will ever have interacted with, which is the more regional Fibonacci golden zone between $91.5 thousand and $83,000 to the downside. What does that mean? It means that even if Bitcoin's price does pull to the downside, there are massive zones of support that easily could support its price and continue this move upwards without setting the lower low. What would really concern me here in this crypto market is that if Bitcoin's price was capable of returning back to this regional low at $75,000 and putting in a lower low, at that point, I would be willing to accept that the trend is changing and that the bull market very well may be coming to an end, or at least being put on pause for the time being. I'm very structurally understanding that that would not be a good thing. It could come down to it. I don't care if it comes down to it. A macro range doesn't scare me, but losing this and creating a lower low would definitely be concerning because macro structure only shifts when macro structure changes. And you have to understand that at that point, the fundamentals would be different. Okay. And so right now, am I freaking out? No, Tyler Hill is not freaking out. We have support here. We have support here. Then we have one more chance down here. And so knowing that we still have 3 big steps ahead of us before we jump off the cliff, I'm not going to start freaking out and crying like the Twitter guys because I think that's just a waste of time. I think the best thing to do right now is to sit back and not do a goddamn thing. If you go look at my YouTube channel, what did I say earlier? In this video, I said, listen, the crypto trap is still to do nothing until this happens. And what were we talking about? We were talking about the fact that Bitcoin is still range bound. It's still trying to balance some support on top of a massive zone of resistance back here. Now it's trying to flip into support while also being rejected by a massive zone of resistance up here. You have downward pressures forcing the market downward. You have upwards pressures trying to accommodate for some of that sell pressure. And so what's the best thing to do when you're playing this game of tug of war with the Bitcoin price? Nothing. You let it play out. Don't go long. Don't go short. Don't buy a lot. Don't sell a lot. Just leave this shit the fuck alone until something happens. Because the second that we see a structure break, macro clarity, a bounce, a reversal, some sort of trend change, then the picture is so clear that winning is easy. So unless you're willing to dollar cost average now and leave it alone for a year if you need to, don't do anything. Just leave this alone until Bitcoin makes its move either through the support or through this resistance, at which point we will then very obviously know what the next move is and what it is that we need to do. Okay, so with that in mind, I hope you guys, after 17 minutes of Yap Fest here on this YouTube channel, I hope you guys understand that I am not scared of this. This is not something you should be being freaked out about. And what's truly baffling is the fact that you can truthfully look me in my eyeballs virtually through a machine and tell me that this represents the end of a bull market. For people to be so confident that they can look at a graph that looks like this, that has consistently trended upwards, at no given point putting in regional lows, at no point breaking structure, and at no point even showing the slightest sign of weakness from a more macro fundamental standpoint, especially after breaking through a resistance like this, right? And back testing it and using it to spring up towards a new all-time high, trying to convince me that a bear market has started because this little weekly candle in this big ass sequence, I think that's completely naive. I think that is absorbed by emotion. And I think people can quite frankly just calm the fuck down. So at what point will I start to feel that way? When this low is lost, when we fall below that. That is when you worry. Until then, stop worrying. Okay. Okay. So with that in mind, hopefully that does give a lot of clarity to where we are. I'm going to calm down now because I finished my gap session and I'm going to answer some questions from the chat. What's up, everybody? Tyler, give us a break. We're just passionate about this. I understand. Passion is one thing, absorbed by emotion to the point that you make decisions that will impact your financial future for the rest of your life is a completely different thing. There's a possibility of a distribution top instead of blow off top, but the volume at the high range indicates otherwise. I completely agree on everything that you just said. Did you sell your entire bag of Simple AI? It's looking bleak for the project's prices, action, and its current condition. No, I have not sold my entire bag of it. I've not really even looked at it or even thought about it for quite some time. I think, truthfully, the best thing to do right now with your small caps is just to leave them alone. Like, maybe rotate some of them out if you want to, maybe rotate into better projects if you want to, but truthfully, none of your micro caps are going to be able to outperform anything right now. They're all just going to get absolutely brutalized. So the best thing to do if you're holding a small bag of something is just to leave that shit alone until the macro looks better. Shout out to you, by the way. Salon analysis. We'll get into altcoins in a minute here. Just like Friday, October was coming. Today, the bear market might start. Yeah, right. Okay. What about hedging? I mean, yeah, feel free to hedge if you want. I always think that hedging with short trades is fine. But personally speaking, I think that hedging is a guaranteed loss compared to long-term holding. So to me, I just don't see the point if you're willing to hold for a long enough time frame. Go buy 10 million VWA on the Solana chain. Don't invest your rent money and you'll be fine. It's literally just that simple. Isn't this a good time to DC on spot? Sure, absolutely. If you're willing, listen, like I said before, and I said it before and I'll say it again. If you are willing to hold the bags that you buy today for at least 1 year, buy now. Simple as that. If you're willing and okay with taking unrealized losses for the next 12 months, yes, buy some crypto today. Simple as that. If you're willing to, that's what I think. Right. And I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a random fucking dude in front of a wall and a camera. But that is my opinion. If you are willing to hold it for over a year in unrealized losses before even thinking about it, absolutely today is a great time to buy. Why is it a great time to buy? Because we are seeing the crypto market retesting a macro zone of resistance and attempting to flip it into support. Where is the best time to purchase cryptos? At support levels, of course. So naturally, if this has to be a good time to buy. As a matter of fact, according to Dynamic Holding Strategy, which is the strategy guide and the buying sell rules that I follow, this is a day where you would be doing some buying. But personally speaking, I've bought a lot recently. I was able to accumulate Bitcoin at this exact level during this wick, so I don't feel the need to buy any more right here, considering I bought at the bottom of that wick. Well, the wick actually went down a little bit lower to like right there or something, and I bought it like right here. So that's the only reason I'm not buying anything right now is because I already bought during that crash. I mean, why would I, right? Tyler, please show us your studio. I'll show you the studio in a little bit. You can also find the studio over my second channel. It's Tyler Hill Unlocked. It's linked down below. In this video, I showed my studio a little bit. Are you longing anytime soon? No. Gold estimated top locally. Hard to tell. A lot of people are starting to scream about gold now and talk about gold and call gold the second coming of Jesus Christ. So at this point, I believe that we're in the euphoria phase of gold, and I know what comes after that. Sorry if this comes through twice. Do you still look at the parallel descending channels you drew a little while back, or should we move on from those? I've moved on from them because a black swan happened. When a black swan happens, it almost immediately just resets everything, basically. Can you do a YouTube post about how you use? Ask that question again. Tyler, what is your opinion about Aster? Aster is a hype fest, but I do understand the hype because it's actually decent, so I like it. Do you think October will still close green? I think it's very possible for sure. Depends on what happens today, honestly. Personally, I'm long here. If we close 3 daily candles under 3.66 trillion, I'm out of the market 80%. Damn, that's a huge move. But hey, I mean, if you're up, you're up. Coral is holding up sick. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have a video about them soon, I think. Not sure how you can hold alts if Bitcoin is at 75K. You just hold them and leave them alone because your fundamental reason for investing hasn't changed. Oh, I almost missed this. Did that just come through? Did a super chat just come through? I see a. Oh, there we go. Oh, shout out to AJ Crypto. Thank you as always. You offer fresh and really reliable perspective and a bit of peace of mind. Question: one of the factors everyone is bringing up is cycle time frame versus last season's expired. I understand. But again, when everybody starts screaming that something must happen, it oftentimes does not. So I just don't think about it. I don't care. And again, I've been one of the people who have consistently said that maybe this cycle is the same as the rest. Maybe next cycle is the same as the rest. But eventually, 4-year cycles and the cyclicality of the crypto market will become variable and it will change. It must change. And I believe it is incredibly naive to believe that an asset class, an ever-growing asset class facing mass adoption, will always remain in the same cyclicality that it's been in since its inception just because it's always been that way. Imagine saying that the internet must perform how the internet must perform because the first 12 years it did what it did. That does not make sense. As you introduce new variables, you introduce new results. That is simply just the way that everything works. And so, of course, because of that, there will be a time where the market changes and the cycle changes and there will be a different cycle. Whether it's this one, next one, or the next one, I don't know. But because of that, I do not really pay much attention to the cyclicality and, top to bottom, bottom to top charts. I just don't think they're important. I just don't think they're important. Shout out to Nix. What are your thoughts on ZK Sync? I've never heard you mention it because I've never really looked into it much. So shout out to you first and foremost for the super chat. It's all love, G. But I've never really looked at it a ton. It's just not really in my wheelhouse of interest. And so unless I'm interested, I just don't really look that hard. Shout out to Gummy Bear 7001 for the 11. I think that looks like a pound donation. I can't take it anymore. Please do TA on Troll. I'll take a quick look at Troll, but guys, please don't do a donation just for me to do technical analysis. I will not guarantee that I can do it. Okay. But let's take a quick look at Troll. Shout out to you, Gummy Bear. So I don't know what this is, and so obviously that means that I'm missing a ton of context. But whenever I just look at this thing from a very basic perspective, I think you know exactly what I'm about to say. I've never looked at this chart before. I don't know what I'm looking at. But what I will say is in this exact scenario, it's holding up very well. It had a pump. It's now in a parallel descending channel. Be looking for accumulation at the bottom 25% of the channel. Take profits at the top 25% of the channel until it eventually breaks towards the upside. If at any given point it breaks hard towards the downside, I'd be looking for macro accumulation at your Fibonacci golden zone, which for this one would range roughly between 3.5 cents down to about 2 cents roughly. So I'd be implementing my dollar cost average descending channel strategy in this channel. And if for some reason it nukes down into the gold zone, I would be doing macro analysis here. That's my very, very basic breakdown of it, of something I've never looked at before. Okay. That chart does look fantastic, though, I will say. Hello, mate. Jager here from London. What do you see Ada Cardano as the Ada Cardano top side? It depends on what you mean by the Ada Cardano top side, but Ada breaking back above $2 at some point seems reasonable. It's just going to take a lot of time. Shout out to you, Gummy Bear. History rhymes, doesn't repeat, still too much time left. Alt season is fast and alt season will come 2025, but I do agree with not caring. Don't break your head stressing. Y'all just buy low or do nothing. Agreed. Charlie Hoskinson. So you don't subscribe to the 50-week moving average being the line in the sand like last cycle. Maybe you're factoring wicks below into support levels you mentioned into the thesis. I'm more inclined to believe that structural analysis is much more important than moving average analysis in a period in time in which we are now dealing with liquidations. So in my opinion, when a market is being impacted by liquidations to the capacity in which this market is, it's more likely inclined to respond to structure than it is moving averages. Because oftentimes you're not seeing liquidation levels being established at moving averages. No, you're seeing them being established at point blank period 108,000, 106,000, whatever it may be. Now, naturally, sure, some people may be setting their liquidation levels intentionally to be around those moving averages. But when you're looking at a market from a manipulation perspective, you have to factor in the actual quantitative level that it's at price wise rather than from like a moving average wise. And so because of that, I subscribe more to the idea that structural analysis is more important now than like moving average analysis, if that makes sense. It's amazing how many sheep there are in retail. Like this group I was in, they've never won in crypto in their life, but act like pros. Too much stupidity everywhere. What's up, Wanjik? Welcome in, G. Have you heard of the new project Xceller? Yeah, I've been seeing it everywhere behind the scenes. As you guys know, I run a one of the biggest creator relations agencies in crypto, and I've been seeing them literally everywhere behind the scenes, which is always a good thing. Where are you watching? Where am I watching what? What's your cash percentage in portfolio right now? 30%, 28%, something like that. I think the news is a pause on tariffs. Shout out to you. Your name is so great that I believe you. Simple, guys. If you buy and hold, you win. That's simple. It's literally that easy. You want to know the easiest way to get rich in crypto is to buy something and leave it the fuck alone. I don't know much about it. You primarily mean trend lines and channels. Yeah, exactly. But much more so just price action in general. Like I'm more inclined to look at, Bitcoin's price and say, okay, the line in the sand here, let's go to, this chart is fine. Like I'm more inclined to say, okay, this is the line. Like you don't want to fall below this. And if you fall below that, you really don't want to fall below this price. Like I'm more inclined to just look at price action itself and where we've seen these bottoms at much more than I am the actual, the moving averages that are being interacted with. But that maybe it's naive of me. I'm just trying to think about this more in a nuanced way. Tyler, I'd really love to help you make some merch. What's the best way to contact you and send you more info? Check out the email in my description, champ. Shout out to you. Fed rate cut impact on market this month. No impact. Everyone knows what they're going to do. I'm longing for Tyler Hill to give me a hug. Imagine those arms wrapped around me. You just feel so safe. Yeah, my wife agrees, G. Leverage trading has ruined crypto. I wouldn't say it's ruined crypto. I would say that it's shaping crypto into what most modern asset classes are now today, anyway. You never answered the question, Tyler. Who is winning an oiled up twerk off, Trump or Elon? I'm definitely going Trump. I'm not going to lie. Bro got more capacity. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the M2 money supply. I think everyone would change their mind about selling. I agree, but people aren't ready for that conversation, G. Shout out to you, Caden. Have you been checking on that DexRP pre-sale you once talked about? I could not imagine that they're going to launch that bad boy in a market like this. So they should just wait. So no, I haven't been looking. All righty. Shout out to our guy, Gosh. I'm not going to go for that one. I'm going to go for Gosh. Can you check Onyx XCN, please? Yes, this is the last one I'm going to do. Listen, if you guys donate and you ask me to do TA, I'm not going to do it unless it's a coin I like. Okay. So this is the last one I'll do just because I feel bad for saying no. But going forward, I won't do anymore. Okay. So when I look at XEN immediately, I don't love what I'm seeing. And I think that's well within reason. I would say the primary reason I don't love what I'm seeing is because it's just not been showing many signs of bullish momentum or bullish strength whatsoever. The best kind of thing that it has going for it is the fact that it did show some strength in this Fibonacci golden zone right around that 1 cent level. But ultimately, it is now losing that 1 cent level, and it is now heading back, in my opinion, back to around this range low. And so knowing that it just melted through the biggest level of support that is on its chart right now, period, I definitely am not feeling very bullish about this chart that I'm seeing. And I could see a world for sure in which it comes back down all the way to some of these lower levels, which could be another 15 to 20% to the downside. So not feeling very bullish about that one. Sorry to break it to you. All right, and we're going to do some technical analysis on altcoins now. All right, so let's switch over to some altcoin analysis. Again, I may have to jump up and leave here in a little bit to go. I have to go run and pick something up. It's super, super important. That's going to take me like 35 minutes or so. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is when I do leave, I'm going to put the live stream here on the phone. I'll take you guys with me and answer some questions as a yap for like whatever. Or if the live stream is still happening with Trump, I will just listen to the live stream with you guys and then give my thoughts whenever I get back. Okay. That would be an ideal scenario. So, okay, let's talk about some alts. So, also, by the way, if you are not subscribed to the channel and you have been finding the content that I've been posting recently and in this live stream valuable, please do let me know by smashing that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to chase down 150,000 subscribers, and you guys can help me get there. So I do appreciate that. And I also will let you know if you do want to see more about what I am doing on a daily basis, what I'm buying, when I'm buying. For example, I dropped $5,000 into VOO just not too long ago, a couple of days ago. If you want to see when I'm making these sorts of moves, do let us know by signing up to the school. The school is linked down below. We have one of the best communities in all of crypto. They absolutely smash it. Even on a day like today, 70% gain, 24% gain, 21% gain, 29% gain, 300% gain. And it just goes on and on and on. The school is one of the highest communities, or highest profit generating communities I've ever seen in my whole life. So you get access to this, me, a whole bunch. Check it out. Link down below. So let's talk about Ethereum. So when I look at Ethereum, okay, when I look at Ethereum, I'm still in a very similar spot to where I was. So because of the fact that ETH respected the channel and it recovered back in the channel, it showed its respect for it right here. And then it also responded so well to the red zone right here. I'm still looking at ETH as if it's just in this channel. So if you want my honest opinion on what I'm doing with ETH, it's simple. In the green zone, I buy. In the red zone, I take profit, just like right here. Buy, take a little bit of profit, buy, take a little bit of profit, buy, take a little bit of profit. And I'm going to keep just doing it over and over and over again until ETH does what I think it's going to do and breaks towards the top side of this channel eventually. Now, yes, there is a world in which ETH's price does start to nuke to the downside and loses this channel. And if that is the case, well, it just is what it is. The worst case scenario would be that ETH falls below, of course, $3,360, because in many ways that is the most regional low. But truth be told, there is still a lot of support between here and there. So I'm not super concerned about it. So when I look at ETH, I make it very simple for you guys and tell you that my primary strategy is to buy in the green and sell in the red and do that over and over and over again until, of course, something does eventually either change or, of course, break. So going into Solana, whenever I look at Solana, it is a little bit of a different picture, of course, because it is in a bit of a different situation here. But what we can see is that Solana is not looking fantastic. And this is something that I've held to for a while. Even back here, I told you guys I wasn't loving what I was seeing from Solana. What we can see right now is that it is trending downwards. It tried to maintain some support in this Fibonacci golden zone, ultimately failing to hold some support in this zone. Oh, this is perfect. I actually don't need to leave until... Okay. Okay, so I have to leave at 2:45, which is an hour from now. So we should be gravy. So whenever I look at Solana, the way that I kind of analyze this is like, it's trending downwards. It isn't a downtrend, a macro downtrend after a pullback. So from a macro perspective, this isn't that bad. I could see Solana's price recovering from this and giving us gains. I just don't like the fact that it just nuked straight through a Fibonacci golden zone like this, and it's just struggling here. So from Solana, I like it. From a long-term, mid-term perspective, it's still one of the best cryptos out there. Its ecosystem is performing one of the best. Its TPS has been one of the best. It's been outlasting a lot of the market during this pullback. Is doing well, especially in comparison to the top 10. So midterm, long term, I'm still very bullish on Solana, but in the short term, I just don't love what I'm seeing because it's nuking through such a strong support level. Okay. XRP. When I look at XRP, I think that I have to be okay. So when I look at XRP, I mean, truth be told, there's really not a ton to say here. I mean, this is some definitely weird price action. I would say realistically, the best thing that is to be doing with XRP right now is that you just need to be watching very closely what happens right as it's now reapproaching the bottom side of this recovery. So what you can see is that XRP's price wicked all the way down, recovered back up, pushed all the way back up towards $2.65 or so roughly, and it is now trending back down towards this little micro support establishment. So my thinking here is that if XRP stays above the support around 230, it's in a good spot, and it easily could push back up towards this blue line, which is the ultimate goal, right? I've told you all, the big goal for XRP right now is get above this blue line, which is $2.70, because this is the macro support level that it was holding for quite some time. And so what we need to see is us reclaim it, because if it can, it easily can push up to $3 plus. Like genuinely easily could push back up to $3 plus, but it will be difficult because this is such a strong level of resistance now. So what I'm saying with XRP is like, listen, don't do anything right now. Let's see if it can build up the support. Let's see if it can use the support to get past the blue zone. And if so, great. But if it loses support here, don't be surprised to see this bad boy pulling. Don't be surprised to see $2 on the way or possibly even lower. That wouldn't shock me in the slightest because there is liquidity down there to be had. Okay. So just be very careful. Okay. Trump speaks in 13 minutes. So we're going to kind of riff through some more. Guys, put a 1 in the chat right now, just the number 1. If this is a valuable live stream, if you have learned something from this live stream that you can take into the week after it ends, if you have been enjoying it, throw a 1 in the chat for me real quick, okay? So whenever I look at SWE, for example, SWE is doing exactly what I warned you guys about. I think one of the loudest warnings that I've ever issued here in crypto was the fact that we were currently seeing this ascending channel for SWE. In September, you can actually go look at the video itself. Or no, it was in August. Sorry, it was the very end of August. I was in Austin, Texas. And I said when we were right here, I said, be very careful with SWE right now. Because if it comes back down and breaks to the bottom side of this ascending channel, it easily could come back down towards $2.30. And that is actually its bounce zone. That's its key zone of support. And what do you know? SWE's price breaks to the downside, mutes kind of or melts out of the channel itself right here, and then immediately just nukes back towards the downside. Okay. And so knowing that that's what happened, you just got to let SWE play out. SWE needs to come back down, find some support, build up a little bit of extra cadence. And then if we can see some bullish momentum step in, then that's great. But for now, SWE is in a very dangerous place still. And I would just kind of be very careful about it. In general, I'm being very careful around everything outside of the top 10. Okay. I'd be careful about everything outside of the top 10. And the reason why I say that is because the top 10 is where it's all at right now. Everyone's focused on it. If the top 10 does good, it'll kind of pull the market up. If the top 10 goes bad, it's going to nuke the market. It's going to wreck the market. So realistically, I would also be going to the safe flight path. I would be looking for safety. I'd be going to Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Sol, maybe XRP, really just Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Okay. We're seeing people fly to safety with gold. It wouldn't shock me at all to see Bitcoin outperforming alts in a similar fashion. And so because of that right now, when it comes to something like SWI, I'm being very careful. I'm not getting too I'm not getting too wrapped up in it all, okay? When I look at something like XLM, very simple. Okay, I'm going to start the rapid fire because Trump starts speaking in 10 minutes and we got to be prepped for Donald. So whenever I look at this one, what I'm seeing here is that XLM's price tried to break out of the descending structure, got rejected off of the previous point of resistance, failed to restructure, of course, the actual move itself. This ended up turning into a distribution phase in which it has now broken to the downside of. So what do? I go back to the basics. I look at this and say, okay, I accumulate in the green zone, I sell in the red zone. Very done, very simple, nothing to see here. Buy if it gets all the way down here, take profits if it pumps back up afterwards. Okay. When we look at HBAR's price, very similar situation here, but a bit more risky, okay? What we saw that HBAR's price was doing was that it was creating some sort of descending channel. But I told you the risk here with this descending channel is that we hadn't established the bottom side of it. And that was what I kind of held on to. I said, I think it might be going parallel, but I'm not sure because it's not built the bottom side of it. Right now, it's trying to build that bottom side. But if you're looking at this from purely a structural perspective, this is the structure itself right here. Boom. Let's get rid of this. And if that is the case, we just saw HBAR's price break out of a structure that it normally doesn't break out of. So I'm not going to lie, short term, not really all too fond of what HBAR's price is doing right now. I would give this thing time to cook. But the good thing here is that if you do zoom out to more of a daily perspective, there is an absolute load of liquidity below us. I mean, we have some right here, we have some there, we have a little bit right there, we have also a little bit from that support way back there. So I think HBAR will be fine mid to long term, but short term, I'm not really all too excited. I'm definitely going to be very careful here with what we're saying at this moment. Okay, let's talk about Caspa. Caspa's price is not looking too hot to me. I haven't looked at this thing in a minute, but I do think that it is very clear what is happening. Caspa is in the descending structure. Now, the question here is, where does this structure go? Maybe it's something along these lines. I think that is well within reason to assume, kind of based on structural analysis that I've done in the last 5 seconds. But if this is the kind of the structural approach that Caspa was trying to take, what I would do is I would kind of point out that there is all of this liquidity there and that the daily RSI is also oversold. So when I look at Caspa, what I think is, listen, it's in a descending structure. It's approaching some very strong levels of support as its RSI is now hitting that oversold region. What that means to me is that Caspa is actually going to have a chance to try to find some recovery and some relief sometime soon. I do think that it won't just nuke straight down. I think it'll actually try to find some support between here and that 3.2 cent level. So maybe doing a little bit of accumulating on Caspa is fine, but just be very careful because if it nukes out of this, it's going to absolutely drop to probably like below 2 cents. Okay. So looks all right. Play it safe. Again, it's outside the top 10. Play it safe right now. Okay. Let's do a couple more. What's Doge up to? Probably nothing good. Yeah, so Doge is kind of doing what we were worried about. So I told you all over, like for a while with Doge, as its price was right here, I said, listen, Doge is in this ascending structure. If Doge's price does fall out of this structure, I thought it would come back down to 20 cents. I said, if it falls below 20 cents, don't be surprised for it to fall towards that golden Fibonacci zone. That's exactly what it's doing right now. So Doge's price is now trying to build some support between the golden Fibonacci levels of 19 cents and 16.7 cents. So it is at a macro level of support. So this definitely could hold, but I'm not going to bet on it. I'm personally not dollar cost averaging here. I literally just want to wait and see does it hold or not. If it starts to bounce towards the upside and give us some signs of recovery, then I'll maybe make a move. Or if it breaks to the downside, I'll maybe look for a more macro accumulation at some of these lower extension levels. But for now, for Doge, while it's trying to decide if it's going to maintain this macro support or not, I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, I'm just going to leave it alone. But it's outside the top 10. Anything outside the top 10, I'll just get a little bit nervous about. Speaking of the top 10, the only one I forgot to take a look at was BNB. When I look at BNB's price, it's actually looking okay. I made a warning video about BNB a couple days ago, and it does seem as if my warning is now starting to play out. So the warning that I made was that BNB's price had created the higher high, like a new all-time high, while its daily RSI was putting in lower highs, and also its 4-hour RSI was really shifting gears. So what you can see is that for a minute here, BNB was still climbing, but this 4-hour RSI was really starting to turn over. And so because of that, I said, listen, it wouldn't shock me at all to see BNB maybe start to top out here and try to pull back to some of these lower levels. So just be very careful. But one way or another, I am actually bullish on BNB long term. And the primary reason why is because they are in the know. They are in the know. Clearly, they're a part of all this absolute horse shit that's being thrown on the market like we're in a stall at a ranch. It's just horse shit being thrown everywhere. And BNB is a part of it. CZ is a part of it. Binance is a part of it. They know what's happening. They pretend like they don't. They obviously do. I don't know why they think we're stupid. But the great part about it is that if you're a BNB holder, you can benefit from it. Do you think it's a coincidence that BNB's price recovered faster than the rest of the market? Do you believe that it's a coincidence that BNB has some of the least liquidations of all of the entire top 10? Do you believe that is a coincidence that it was capable of pushing up towards a new all-time high when the rest of the market was bleeding downwards? Obviously not. They're a part of it. And so if you want to be if you want to play the lizard game, BNB is the place to be, right? So if BNB continues to pull back to the downside, I'll probably actually add some more BNB to my bag, especially considering I did take profits on BNB right here. Okay. So that's kind of my thing with BNB. I don't like it. I kind of hate it, but I will buy it because I want to make money like the lizard people are. Okay. With that in mind, oh, Doge is number 9. That's a good point. Yeah, Doge is in the top 10. I made a mistake there. Might be. But all in all, guys, we do have the press conference coming up here with old Trumpy Dumpy here in a minute. So let's kind of see what happens there. And in the meantime, I will answer some questions from the chat. Feel free to shoot them up. Doge is number 9. Doge is number 9. I get it. I know. I made a mistake. Exactly. BNB is absolutely manipulated. I'll check out Render and some of those other ones in a little while, guys. No markets will pump. Chart analysis is showing bullish momentum. No markets will pump. Chart analysis showing bullish momentum building. I don't understand that comment. Do you hate ADA, Tyler? I don't hate ADA in the slightest. It's just boring. We're not going to do any more token analysis. So everybody's spamming for Litecoin and ADA and Tau. Just understand I'm not doing any more for now because we want to listen to old Trumpy Dumpy here in a second. But maybe we'll get a chance to check out some more tokens afterwards. Okay. I just joined. Welcome in. I did talk about Doge, and I also said it wasn't in the top 10, and I got crucified for it. LOL. Okay, I just talked about BNB, my G. What narratives are you keeping your eye on? The BNB narrative, just because Binance is so manipulated. What if everybody rushing to gold because they're hedging for a massive financial collapse? They can be. I mean, they can do what they want. You know what I mean? I think people are rushing to gold at this point just simply because it's pumping. No, I mean the company, the project, the founder. It's all boring. Here goes all the freaks hanging on Trump's every word. The purpose of a narcissist. Do you think crypto's in a bear market might be here? Where do you? No, I don't think it's here yet. I'm not convinced it's here yet. Maybe that's a better way to say that. How into the whole sovereignty aspect of Bitcoin and crypto are you? Are you more about the price go up aspect? I just care about Bitcoin and crypto making an impact on the world, giving people more opportunities and making us a bunch of money. I don't really care about anything else. What charts do you think the lizard people look at when they decide to make a move? Liquidations and liquidations only. Liquidations and order books. Do you hold any alts? Yes, of course I hold some alts. Actually, if you join the school right now, you can see my entire portfolio. But I'll kind of give you a bit of a sneak peek, a little sneaky peeky. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, XLM, BNB, SWI, and a whole bunch of other ones that make up about 8% of my portfolio. What time is it? 1:57. Alrighty. In the short time frames over the last hour, support is being found in the RSI showing breaking out to the upside. Oh, yeah, got you. Yeah. I mean, that's what we were kind of speaking about earlier. Wait, what was that? What do you think about treasure companies? I think they're just riding the momentum, which is fine, but I don't love that idea. Everything is going to crash. Everyone's still holding their alts. Are going to see the entire porch drop 79%, stay there for another 3 years, back holders. Well, shout out to you, Wanjik. I mean, if that's your thoughts. He will come on and say tariffs or pause. Shout out to Tyler. Thoughts on gold? Still have room for more. Thanks. I would not be mass accumulating gold right now. That's like literally chasing the top. Eduardo, you got to stop spamming it. Already answered UG. I only need to know if you think ADA will survive a bear market again. Yeah, hell yeah, of course it will. No, I think ICP is very fairly priced. It's not, I mean, the whole market's kind of not doing well. Thank you so much, Bart. All love, G. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more modern day. 2 minutes left, please. Staking on XCN is a good thing, I'd say, if you're gonna hold it long term. Within the next 6 months. I would mostly agree with Benjamin. Yeah, Sasha, I'm traveling a ton the next month. You guys will see me everywhere, but I don't announce where I'm going before I go. I don't want to get kidnapped. The government will be open before November 1st. Tyler got a fucking crystal ball, and I love to see it. No, Louis, I don't agree. Why were meme coins running so high last year? Because people were tired of being bored. I'm so serious. Tyler, love listening to your content. Thanks for the education. Do you think ETH and Sol will fall 75% or more during the bear market? If they did, would you buy it? Yes and yes. Shout out to you, Taco. I mean, I don't really care when people don't know the difference between tokens and coins, but you should know it if you're going to speak about crypto, I believe. You going to do more content with Connor? Yes, I hate Connor, but yes. Alrighty, let's get ready for the live stream. Pool party with Trump. All right, here we go. Share screen, Chrome tab. I would assume they're going to be streaming it on this, right? Let me look for some other. Yeah. Do y'all I think the announcement's gonna be on here. It usually is, right? I literally stream every announcement. Oh, I don't know. I just like to hate Connor. No, I hate him for real. Y'all go to Connor's comment section and just tell him I hate him. Say Tyler sent me here to tell you I hate you. Thoughts on House of Crypto? He's fantastic. Like that guy a lot. Yeah. The redhead one. The redhead one. Tell him we all hate Connor. Go to Connor's comment sections and put Tyler. Tyler says we all hate Connor. Exactly. You get it. No, unhealthy hate. Like genuine, soul wrenching hatred. Yeah, Connor Kenny. Yep. We all hate him, right? Right, chat? Oh, I love you guys. Let's go see. I want to see some of these comments. If you just joined, we're just waiting for Trumpy Dumpy to start speaking, which could take anywhere for like 5 goddamn hours from now. What's his last video he posted? Yo, Connor's thumbnails are crazy, bro. All right, new. I want to see some Connor hate spam. Okay. It got to be on his last video. No, Patrick, Connor is the worst crypto YouTuber ever of all YouTubers ever. We all hate Connor. Oh, these comments on his video are so funny. Aren't you friends with my financial friend? No, I hate him too. Now, Kevin C, be nice. We can hate Connor, but we can't be mean to Connor. When are we going to see Donald? Old Tronald Dump. Tronald. That looks like an old one. You hate the doc as well. Yeah, I don't even know who it is, but I hate him too. I'm drinking a Wawa, champ. He is listening to you. Who? How does that mean? Facts, my dude. Be nice, Kevin. Do the markets dump after Trump starts speaking? They always do, probably. Connor says we now have 24 hours of facts. Trump is kind of dead. We have tired of winning. Please stop. We're gonna win. We're gonna win so much. They're gonna say, "Oh, Donald. Oh, Donald. I'm so tired of winning." You can hate his strategies, but he's right 90% of the time. No, I hate it. He's wrong 100% of the time, actually. I'll go to Ben Cowan's videos for the comments and actually learned about. I don't know what that is. You know your audio and video out of sync. Yeah, there's not really much I can do about it. Just commented on Connor's video. Oh my god. Tyler, George, Sam, and Connor. No, I hate George too. I can only hear the stream. I thought Donald started speaking just then. Oh. Taco about a poo on the market. Who is Taco Gang? Quatrace Orange Connor. Oh my god. Maybe by winning he meant his family taking. Hey, real shit. Y'all thought he was talking to all of us? No. No, brother. No. Oh, I gotta check my cameras. My dog is going crazy, bro. If you're new here, we're just waiting on Tronald to my dog just barks at nothing, bro. I swear dude sees demons. For navigating UK crypto, which is a regulation dog turd, who would you follow or what community would you recommend? I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna be 1,000,000% honest with you. I really don't know. Exactly. Yeah. Just put them all in a ring. We'll just whoop them all. Let me go look at this. Do you hate us? I hate every single person watching this stream right now. Investing Frankly. Shout out to him. Go watch his YouTube videos. They're really good. Donald Dump fucking shadow in the crypto community. Animals do see demons for show. I'm genuinely impressed by the creativity in Connor's thumbnails. Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. No Connor slander allowed. Donald said we have the biggest pump in presidential history, and Barron disagreed with him with $600 million. When you talk about lizard people, you make it seem like these big, scary looking green buff lizards in suits when we're out there, the same exact ones outside, except with tiny laptops. No, they're the big ones. 100% certainty. I'm winning thanks to his Discord group I was in. They would always be ultra bullish before a crash, so I do the opposite of what they do. I think that's a great strategy. EU said they would never use Bitcoin and reserves, et cetera, because it's a money laundering tool. Yeah, like cash doesn't get fucking used for money laundering. This live stream is totally great. Many people are saying it's the best live stream since 1880. Did Andreessen just buy a ton of Solana? I don't know. No, I don't. No, I don't, Squashly. Pure hatred for everyone watching this right now. Subscribe. Good. Given to your hate, you'll make a fine lizard. Thanks very much. If I get the opportunity to be a lizard person, I'll take it, and I don't care what none of you say. Trump gonna say I am winning. Are you not? Nothing economic wise is gonna be announced. Market will crash. Based. What's the market doing right now? Bitcoin is still. At this point, I'm gonna have to fucking leave in the middle of his speaking, and that's super annoying. Impeach Trump is crazy work, G. ET now on YouTube. ET now on YouTube. ET now. Hold on. No, I believe this looks like No, that's an old one. That's an old one, I think. I don't think there's any. I don't think anyone's live. Nah, nah, nah. Nothing's live right now. I saw your vol. What do you mean, my G? Trump is gay. Not gonna lie. That's such a funny thread back to back. XRP about to lose major support. Oh snap! He's usually 30 minutes late. And that's, by the way, a joy. What's this orange head gonna say now? I don't know. Probably something about winning and not losing ever when we're winning. How could we lose? We can never lose. I've never lost. I know everyone in China. Trump setting, okay, 10-year treasury drop below 4 for the first time in a long time. What does that mean? I saw the comments for you guys on Connor's page. Perfect. Did you guys? Hold on. Let me go look. Connor Kinney. Bro's about to be dumb confused when he wakes up. Yeah, y'all are nuts, bro. I love it. We are burning you on Tyler's live currently. Oh, you guys are hilarious, my word. Shout out to MK. Thoughts on XRP and its future with Swift? I think the long-term future for XRP is going to be fine. I think Swift will have an impact, just not as big as people think, but overall its price will probably do decently well. Trump is a trans. Now that's a new one. Trump more like Tina, huh? How come so many red hair? I don't know. I never won with him. Never won what? Let's go Donald Trump. Remember when we were taught that being on time was important? No, I wasn't taught that ever. He would say it's Biden's war. It should never been started, but I, Donald, ended it. Digital assets here reminding you that you took a cheeseburger soul short. So he's just speaking today to introduce more volatility at it. Yes. I'm certain the powers that be would prefer this bull run to end with euphoria, not capitulation. It would be a very bad look for the crypto president. I agree. Connor's reaction when he looks the same well who is shorting dump speeches is now going along. LOL. Bro knows something. Jose Aguilar. Oh my goodness. What's up, G? Welcome in. It's all right. He'll save crypto in 2028 surely. That's what I'm saying, bro. JD Vance 2028 about to save crypto for sure. Trump and Putin have a secret affair. Now that's fire. Elevator music on point. That has to be from the beginning of the stream. Maybe this is a clone Trump. Ooh, now that's juicy. Hopefully it's news about Russia-Ukraine peace. That'd be fire. Don't go live yet. My Hyperliquid isn't working. It's crazy, brother. Yo, y'all eat Olive Garden, or is that just me? Trump needs to be arrested for market manipulation. That's crazy. They would lose untold billions in future profits if the cycle ends like that. Completely agree. I mean, look at the liquidations. Just don't make sense. I just don't believe it. It's as simple as I don't believe they would let that many people win. Simple as. Tronald is walking up the stairs. He's 5 stairs left. 3 hours to get those 5 stairs. You do a great Trump impersonation. I appreciate it. I jokingly do it all the time. Olive Garden is fire. That's what I'm saying. You get it. Anyone who doesn't like Olive Garden can flat out just leave, G. Not gonna lie. Hell yeah, I love Olive Garden. Oh, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Okay, some people get it. Now, CZ is the one who controls the market. He don't control it, but he's definitely in on it. Wasn't he only going to talk about the DC Grand Entrance? Probably so, bro. It's probably gonna be some bullshit. Am I the only one going nuts? What you mean by that? Olive Garden is goated right now. They got endless pasta bowls right now. See, I'll be putting y'all on. Y'all just don't listen. Big dumpster now on a regular daily. Factual actuals, brother. Who are they? Who is who? You eat Olive Garden and Subway. I hate you. Crypto Taco, fuck you. I hate you too. That's great choices, bro. You want a little lunch? Subway. You want a little quick, deliver it to your crib, little chicken parmesan action with a breadstick and some salad? Olive Garden. Grow up. Trump is a white chicks actor. That's awesome. Imagine yelling free Palestine for 2 years and having to thank President Trump for free pass. Key. What do you think about the altcoin cycle? Is it going to stay for 300? No. He just wants the breadsticks in his mouth. Facts. In the trope, bruh. Taking profits is afraid of me. Hey, top man. I can't hear the cankles. Oh, Scotland hates you. No, they do not. I was in Scotland last week. Met a couple people in Scotland, people who said they watch my YouTube. They said I've never been a better YouTuber. For sure, OG 500 million liquidated in 24 hours now. Jeez. I prefer Jersey. I've never been to a Jersey Mike's before, so I'm not going to say I disagree. Bro, I really have to leave in 15 minutes, dog, or 30 minutes. First time I'm still investing in crypto, turning my life into chaos. Welcome to hell, bro. It's kind of hot and it's loud, but it's fun. Really, when you need to hit when was Olive Garden good? Olive Garden been good, G7. You just judgmental. You got them bougie ass taste buds. That's your problem. See, that's your problem in life. You know what? That's your problem in life. While y'all sitting here waiting for Trump announcement, let me tell you something. Your taste buds too bougie. You got to be all right with eating a shitty little taco from Taco Bell at 3 a.m. sometimes. It'll make your life better. It's good for your arteries. Grow up. Why are people in some Discord channel saying to go long now? Because they're all psychopaths. This crash. Tyler has to leave soon. Tell us what happened at the Lizard Conference. I know, bro. I know. Nah, G7. See, that's even more your problem. Your taste buds are even more too bougie. Oh, 1,500 of y'all just sitting here waiting for me and trumping me and yeah, dude, cankles and shit, dude. Subway sucks, but Olive Garden slaps. Super bad take. Olive Garden is 6 out of 10. Exactly. It's a good 6 out of 10, bro. When Trump pumps crypto is going to dump, haven't we learned anything from this man? Caviar tastes Taco Bell wallets. I'm so lost on that one, Frank. I ain't gonna lie. You're 24, married, MMA, 120 bands a month, winning, my dude. Glad to see you doing well. Shout out to you, MM. All love, homie. Go short because they're watching the secret well wallet. They're watching me, bro. Trump's watching me behind the stage right now. Like, I gotta let him cook about Olive Garden, huh? This live stream is actually streamed on P-Hub because of how hard he's about to. Trump will probably make some announcement about what's going on with Hamas, probably unrelated to the markets. Probably, but I think the market will respond anyway. Hey, quick question, random question, but I have to do a quick study, a survey. If you have ever considered being a YouTuber in the world of crypto, put the number 5 in chat real quick. Just real quick, put the number 5 in chat. If you've ever considered making YouTube videos about it, whether your face is on it or not, about crypto, put a 5 in the chat. I'm just curious. You ever had a birria taco? Will change it'll change your life. I would agree. I couldn't agree more. How could I disagree? Cooking your own pasta and sauce is better than fake Olive Garden. No, wrong. Can you please say in Donald's voice? You know, I know a lot about Pepe Coin. I probably know more than anyone. I actually made Pepe. Pepe thanked me one time. I know everyone in China. Taco Bell is legit awful. No, it's not, bro. That's what I'm saying. Eric Falls, yes. Man, no, bro. 5. That's super interesting. Okay. Anyway, just curious. I'm gonna shell something later. Throw some wine with Olive Garden. It's a 10. That's what. Bro, Renato, you get it, G. Maybe he'll announce World War III. Hey, where we dropping, gang? He's gonna announce a ground attack on Venezuela. Yo, that'd be fucking crazy, bro. That'd be crazy. That would not be cool. All right. No more spam. I know you have to leave, but I hope you're going to stream the Trump speech. Otherwise, I have to watch Oscar's live stream. His audio is way too soft. I'm going to put the stream on here, and then I am going to put my phone on. Like, I'll start the stream on here, and then I'll listen to it while I'm driving. Yeah, you get the point. Not really, bro. Not really. Give me something to say. I'll try it. Everyone apparently wants to be a crypto YouTuber. Yeah, it's dope, bro. Do it, huh? Join our incubation program. I told myself I'm starting the channel tonight. I mean, I'll DM me on Twitter. I'll put you in our incubation program, and you can like get fucking loaded, dude. Huh? He will announce World War IV. Yo, that's hilarious, bro. More like blogs and stuff rather than YouTube videos. That's valid. He's finna announce crypto stimmies for us. Ooh, everyone's getting 1 Bitcoin. Who doesn't love Tronald? Tronald loves Tronald. How could I not love myself? I'm the best person ever. I look in the mirror when I'm naked. Get you a number 13 on a rosemary parm bread from Jersey Mike's. So thank you, G. I'm actually gonna remember that. 'Cause 13's a bad number. Taco Bell's meat isn't even meat. Who cares, bro? You know, I hate that argument. Tyler, stop eating nuggets from McDonald's. It's horse meat. I don't care. I don't care. Is that what you want to hear? I don't care. Can do you like Turbo Toad Token? I've never looked at it, but I appreciate the $2 dono, Darian Williams. You're a top G, Andrew Tate style. Where you going with that, my G? You think they are dragging it down for good news? Probably so, bro. I don't know what you must be talking about me, so appreciate it. They are friends. Who's friends? Me and Connor? No, we're not. I hate Connor. I think he is going to talk about protein is protein. That's what I'm saying. Alex Duarte. Shout out to you, G. No one wants Taco Bell because it's real meat. They just want cheap ass tacos. Facts, bro. Y'all don't ever want them shitty ass cheeseburgers from McDonald's just for the Joes? Relax. It's not just me. This one? Oh, am I tweaking? No, it hasn't even started. Looking on Fox News. Fox and Nudes. um. Oh, look. We're gonna. It's not live yet. Don't get your hopes up. My bad. But so if I do have to leave, we can do this, 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 this. There we go. Oh my OMG. All right, here we go. Started. It started. Started. Where you going, bro? I gotta go pick up some documents. I'm so confused. Bro, I'm refreshing it, bro. Y'all are lying. Don't make me cry, bro. Tyler, crypto YouTuber or UPS driver at 100K a year? Crypto YouTuber. From this place on the screen. We will be storming the beaches of Venezuela. We are winning. We are gonna be storming the beaches. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Here we go. Boom. That looks better. Surely, he's gonna blow his own trumpet about his call with Putin and what a great peacekeeper he is. He's the best peacekeeper. How could he not be? Your marriage certificate to Connor. Yeah, bro, we're married for show. I can actually see my building on the top right. Right there, bro. Rick, you live right there, G? You're gonna dox yourself like that? That's what Rolando. My God. End of the government shutdown would be nice. Facts. Market dumping, is it? No, it's not. Kind of is. Crypto's a scam. Oh, fishy about to cry. Oh, is fishy gonna cry? Would a ground war with Venezuela impact markets? Yeah. If he announces World War III, I'm taking 100x short. I'm gonna take 100x long. Grow up. Nothing burger watch. Facts. Pushing out the news right now. It seems like this announcement may focus on the government shutdown. Hopefully, they need to get their shit together, bro. He's going to have a nothing burger in a minute. How long did you take to start making 10K per month on crypto YouTube? 1 year and 7 months. Can you approve the Solana ETFs? Yeah, I'm gonna go approve the show real quick. Tyler, can you have the BTC price chart on the screen at the same time as speech? I don't know how to do that. That's kind of one of my problems. I don't know how to do that. Wait, what if I get my laptop? I have an idea. I'll be right back. Hold on. Uh, what y'all eating tonight? Oh shit! Whoops. What the hell? Are you friends with who? Who is that? I saw something say. Tyler, good that you're back. I started hearing from some lizard slithering. Hey, hey, word. Oh, whoa, 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 player, whoa. Okay. Let me try to figure something out here. I'm trying to I'm trying to get a chart pulled up for y'all. How you put trading view in dark mode, bro? This shit is disgusting on light mode. There we go, dark mode. Okay. Um, hey, are y'all dark mode or light mode, people? Is that racist? All right, let's see. G7 said, "I think you died. Relax, G." Uh, Look at me, I'm coming back again. I got. I'm still standing, even after all of it. Feeling like a true survivor, like a little kid. Before presenting a screen, remove other media streams from the stage. Damn, so I can't. Bro, there has to be a way on StreamYard. Yo, my financial friend, I hate you. Sam, I was just telling them how I hate you. I ain't gonna lie. So that's a little awkward, my G. Anyone think I should do a competitor live stream? No, Sam, because no one could ever live stream better than me. I'm the best live streamer. I'm so good at live streaming. There's two of me. I'm so good at live streaming. There's me and me. One me, two me. Grow up. How could you ever outdo me? Yo, StreamYard doesn't allow you to do fucking splits, bro. Bro, my Mercedes has been at the damn dealership for literally a day now, bro. That's super annoying. Add Sam to the stream and he can point his webcam at the charts. I wish I could do too. Yo, Tyler, are you the Iron Dragon? I found one of your old fights in Street Vs. Is my pro pick of you? No, bro, that's not me, bro. Oh my god, it's fucking Liam. Oh, here he goes. Bro is not gonna leave me alone. Bro about to bully me for the next 2 hours. No, you can't multi-screen on Oh, I'm Tyler. My Maybach has an issue. Leave me alone, my financial friend. How about that? It's German. That's by design. They're stripping the parts and replacing them with horse meat. Horse what? Uh, the dip keeps on dipping. Well, hey, y'all ever seen that dude on TikTok who y'all ever seen those videos where like Alex Hormozian be like, the easiest way to make $1 million is to buy something with like $2 million and sell it to someone else for 3 million? And the guy's like, well, why not take $300 million and then sell that to someone for $800 billion and now you've made $400 billion? You ever seen that guy? Bro, cracks me the fuck up. Come on, Donald. I have a 3x trade open that wants to be nuked. Get a plaid with an at-home charger, and you'll never go back. Don't get Sam started. If we lost money because you couldn't get on BitU next Friday, they're offering compensation. I don't expect anything, but they actually gave most back. Worth the try if you lost. Oh, that's fire. Yeah, go ahead. Very good. Carrie Ann. What does the stream sound like? He's having a psychotic break. LOL. What the fuck is happening? Welcome in. I don't know. I've just been here yapping for like an hour now. We're just waiting on board, my BG. I like how everyone is looking at the government when crypto was to keep our wealth from them. Well, yeah. Oh, motherfuckers. Trump really taking the time for out. Bros stretching the cankles. G, relax. Be nice. Can you overlay another tab with the wait? No. Okay. So the problem is that in order for StreamYard to pick up your sound, it has to be the tab itself being shared. So because I have this full screen tab open, what if I did? What does this do? And is there a way I can get a chart right here? No, because it's just this tab. No, there's no way. Boo, boo, boo. I got my Super Sunday reward and then all my money back from Friday's crash back to be back in the hour. Rick Smith, shout out to Rick Smith, who is a part of Super Sunday, which is something that we do in the school every weekend, every Sunday. You can join this Sunday. I'll be there. You'll be there. We'll all be there. You full black 6 days ago fugged us in the live, lost 10K. Oh, Farshad, I'm so sorry. Farshad is the racist guy that you don't know him lost him money. He's so upset. I'm so sorry, pal. I'll give you some belly rubs. How's people getting into crypto before cash up to buy Bitcoin? A lot of them. Facts. Watching from the Philippines. Shout out to you, champ. Chungest. It's disgusting. Oh my goodness. Dude, I have to fuck, man. I have to leave here in like 10 minutes. Press Windows and right arrow. I don't let me try that on my Mac. Hold on. Windows. It didn't work. That's not working, G. I ain't gonna lie. It's cool. Y'all just pull up the chart yourself. Where's Farshad at? I'm Oh, no, don't be sick of it, bro. If you were sick of the cycle, you wouldn't be hanging out with me, G. Relax. Let's all meet up in Tulum when we're filthy rich in 2 months. But yeah, dude. Go to Tulum. We'll work on Mac for it anyway. Okay. Trump is wasting all of ours and we got a business around the new You just don't feel right now, but let you go. Let's jump. How much money are you making from ads on this live stream? I've watched like I don't know. I didn't put any. It automatically places it, but hopefully at least $8. You said that it will be supported but fuged. Farshad, you're actually room temperature IQ. Farshad's about as dumb as it gets. So I love you for that. It's you're something. Like whenever your kid, like you guys probably don't have any kids, but like when your grandparent sees a kid and the kid's just real ugly and they're trying to be nice, so it's that's your son. Like how like grandparents respond. Like that's how the world looks at you, Rashad. That's how the world looks at you. But we still love you for it. We still love you. I do. Look at the overall dollar value on chain. There's the answer. Factuals. Tyler with markets down. Do you think Trump truly wants them to nuke further down? Doubt it. I doubt it too. Perfect. My Mr. Perfect late for work, bro. Bro, he's warming up the cankles. Y'all fucking be nice. See y'all on the yacht. Exactly. um No, Rami is bad, bro. Like Farshad's actually dumb. I'm sorry. It ain't my fault, bro. It ain't my fault. Farshad, you just dumb. It is what it is. No, no, no. We can't ban Farshad. That's crazy. We don't discriminate against dumb people. Chill, G. Trump announcement expected live shortly. Notice how the background of live is red and followed by shortly. Keyword implying to go short indicate. Oh, bless your heart, baby. But your eyes just they. What 5 coins would you hold for a 5x from here? Just interested in your opinion. I'll come back to that one. Someone say Kamala. Come back, not us, buddy. How late do they start the live stream? Bro, it's every time, dog. I'm not gonna lie. And I literally have to fucking leave in a minute, bro. This is so annoying. Who still has ads, bro? No, be nice. Ain't nothing wrong with free YouTube. Trump busy with that. Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy. I don't know for Farshad. Farshad's just dumb. Um, what happened to the gold audit on the Federal Reserve that kind of disappeared? It's like everything. Like if you don't like something and you're in the government, just make it go away. No, Elliot, you got to be racist. See, look, this is why we don't ban. That's why we don't ban Farshad because he gets it. And he's like, yeah, I am dumb, aren't I? Trump is just showing Barron how to do a 200x leverage trade 10 seconds before he announces something. Time to roll a joint. Hell yeah, Stacy, turn up, G. Yo, 34 minutes of me yapping is crazy, bro. Tyler full of hate today. Nah, bro, because Farshad keeps calling me a stupid black. And I know it's funny, low key, but I'm like, bro, you're just dumb. Chill, G. I love you, but my love language is like that. That's what I'm saying, bro. Me and Farshad got a toxic relationship. Like he calls me some racist shit. I call him stupid. And then we kiss. Word. Like it's not, it's 2025, bro. Grow up. Trump's giving time for Barron to close the short and open this long time. Binance probably is down or something. Probably so. But we dumped 2 minutes in. Damn, I'm so behind. Hold on. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up to the chat. Hold on. Bro is warming up his can. That's not man, yo, chill, bro. There's nothing that's fuck is for shot. Big fade to watch this live and then finish phase 2 in the CSS. Ooh, bro's in the CSS. Love it. Hey, who's in the CSS in here? If you're in the crypto school, put a 1 in chat. I'm curious. You don't answer the comments on your own. I don't know what you're talking about. Jason, Rick, Jason. Hey, Jason, bro. Jason got hella subscriptions, bro. Trump quickly setting up some low buy lists. The CSS is the crypto strategy school where you can check out the link down below if you want to learn everything there is to know about crypto. We're going to make you a million, quadrillion, bajillionaire in 1 minute. 1 minute of being in the school, you become a crypto bajillion, quadrillion, billion, bagillionaire. G. Mm-hmm. Imagine what will happen if he farts on stage. On God, I turned the stream off. Trump is calling Binance to make sure they're ready to dump the market. Give some love to Cambodia. Fake news everywhere. It's actually a good country. I didn't say anything bad about Cambodia. I don't need a school for crypto. Yes, you do. Everyone does to be a quadrillion, bajillion, cadillionaire. Trump is calling Binance to make sure they're. How about we all? Yes, crypto YouTubers. If you want to become a crypto YouTuber, I have an opportunity. We have an incubation program. You can make a billion, quadrillion, cadillionaire. You should do these live streams more often. The reason I don't do live streams often is because my channel always gets reported because I say crazy shit on live. The longer into these lives I go, the crazier shit comes out my mouth. And it just is what it is. I have to leave in fucking 20, dude, like 6 minutes, bro. Ugh. I'm gonna report and deport your ass, Tyler. Leave me alone, Andy. Andy's, buddy. How about that? Farshad is. Hey, G7, be nice. Hope he doesn't crash the market. Cancel the meeting. Canal the meeting. Bro is warming up his cankles cause y'all being racist, bro. Trump is calling. Dude, if I leave right now, I really could be back before he starts. Or you got to do a live with the redhead. Bro is sleeping right now. He's not awake yet. Oh my goodness, y'all are crazy. So many ones. Can you one of you Trump just put a short on your meeting time. That's what I'm saying. You should have been on YouTube back in 2017. You would have made millions. I know, bro. If I was on crypto YouTube in 2017, I'd dead ass have a quadrillion, cadillion, callillionaire. Y'all wouldn't recognize me, G. I'd be in Gucci tracksuits on private jets, eating caviar and watching SpongeBob. I don't know. Okay, cancel. Yeah, I ain't seeing Trump finish setting up that short trade ban. Close enough. There's a lot of Persian blood back there. Is Farshad talking? I can't even see him. Tariffs rallying under market prices. Whoever was Tyler, his sparring partner last Friday, got wrecked. I hope that man leaves. Yo, facts. Yo, I really didn't know. On Friday, I low key did go to training. It was kind of throwing hands. Isn't a gram. Hell yeah. That's good. That's good for Shad. This delay gave me time to get my sub. First Lady Nicki Minaj. You should troll Connor by mirroring his thumbnails. I'm gonna just put Connor in my thumbnails. You should have been a vlogger on YouTube in 2010. Yo, would I have been cracked or no? Nah, the unhinged shit would have set you up. This blows. You'd be doing the exact same thing, but parked in Dubai. I will never, for any reason, listen. I would genuinely rather. Oh, you cannot say that on YouTube. Okay, I would actually just rather not than live in Dubai, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Dubai is a fantastic place to visit. Really, really like it, but living there would literally be the worst thing ever, dude. Sometimes we need to laugh at our cryptos that took a hit. That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes you got to look at your L and give a bit of a giggle. Yes, I can, Anthony. How do people keep losing millions, getting liquidating, using leverage every week? When will these degens run out of money so we can just go up? They will not ever run out of money, my boy. And we will never, ever go up. We will be in a perpetual state of loss forever, dude. Tyler makes his moderator's job so hard on his live streams. Yeah, good. Earn that cash. Going to Dubai in 3 weeks. You'll love it. No, you'll love Dubai. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a really, really, really cool place to be, but I genuinely could not imagine living there, bro. Live, laugh, toaster bath. Exactly. What about Miami? Would you live there? No. I couldn't live in Miami, bro. There's too many vices. Like, I'm a disciplined man. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like, when there's always a event or a party and this and that, like, there's too much shit there. There's too many vices. I don't like living around that. Hopefully, the market is priced in low expectations. Yeah, agreed. Has crypto ever been like this towards the end of a bear market? The end of a bear market? I don't know. Not near all-time highs. Share your school, please. Yeah, you guys can join the crypto school. It's linked down below. We do workshops. We have coaching sessions. We're introducing one-on-one coaching in 1.5 weeks. So quick shocker for all of you guys who are in there. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with me or any of the other coaches, you can check that out down below. There's workshops, seminars, there's courses, there's all types of stuff. And you can become a crypto quadrillion, cabillion, the billionaire, dude. Dubai is jurisdictional archive option for people who don't want to scratch beyond the surface. Many good. Agreed. The heat, the customer service, like everywhere you go, it's just not for me, dude. I thought I was a joke, but Tyler's full of silly jokes. Nah, I'm not joking. I haven't said one joke at all this whole stream. We need Wall Street's best to counter this insider short trader. Environment will always get you eventually. Discipline has to go with good environment to support it. It makes or breaks you. I love that shot. That was actually hella philosophically. I'm gonna take a nap and I'll see how bad my portfolio is. Yo, that's like crypto Russian roulette. That shit badass, G. Have you ever heard of Nodl Network? It's the BLE phone node mining project. Seems to be faltering. No, I've never heard of it before, but a lot of those phone node mining ones are just not doing well. So that makes a lot of sense. And shout out to you, Nix. I appreciate the $5 dono. Connor still calls it the crypto strategy school. You got to pull him up on that, Tyler. Yeah, that's just kind of the type of shit he does. The crypto school is go to join or be a loser, or you just will never be a crypto could millionaire. This ninja is literally on. How do I know we are in a bull market? The market makers will now let the market know. Facts, literally. This guy, put me in the White House, bro. Fuck it. I'll go give a speech. What's up? Turn me up, G. I got this. Shout out to you, Sha. Sha. Buying time right now. Okay. Here's a good topic to check while we're there. Check out. Expected shortly, more like shorting the market. I've done about 100 miles since the stream started. What do you mean? On what? Are you on a fucking private jet, bro? Wait, what? The heat for sure, but the service, they have something, bro. No, bro. No. The great places in Dubai have some of the best customer service in the world. Don't get me wrong. The normal places just around the city, like whenever you go to a restaurant, I'm sorry, I just cannot stand it. I genuinely can't stand it. Might be a hot take. Don't care. Oh, you're in a great spot then. Being just in Bitcoin is like the best thing right now. I'll finish this joint. He still ain't speaking. I'm being irritated. Oh, DZ750. See you later, G. I think he's eating a taco. Tyler Hill, what a guy. If you all knew what a guy he was. I said, Tyler Hill, wow, what a guy. If you all knew what a guy he was. Oh, shit. I have to leave right now. Dead-ass serious.
Are you ready? You all set?
Are you ready?
Thank you very much. This is very exciting, what we're doing. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to thank this group of people. They're incredible people. We just had a call, as you know, with President Putin. I thought it was a very good call, so we'll talk about it maybe later. But it went very well. We're here today to announce a historic victory for American women, mothers, and families. With the actions I will outline this afternoon, will dramatically slash the cost of IVF and the treatment and many of the most common fertility drugs for countless millions of Americans. Prices are going way down, way, way down. I want to thank Libby Horn, who is the Senior Vice President of Fertility of EMD Serrano. So I want to thank you. Let's see here. That's what I thought. I thought it was you. Thank you, Libby, very much. And let me also thank the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr., whose wife destroyed the people on The View yesterday. I have to say that. I'm not going to ever get into an argument with her. And you've decided, you learned that a long time ago. She did a great job, actually. Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Thank you, Howard. Secretary of Labor, Lori Chavez de Rima. Thanks, Lori. Howard, thanks. CMS Administrator, Dr. Mehmet Oz, who's a fantastic guy, and he's done really well. FDA Commissioner Marty McCary. Thank you, Marty. Senator Katie Britt, who got me started with this whole thing when she called up to say there was a bad ruling by a judge, right? We got to do something, sir, and we did it very quickly. Probably in 24 hours it was done. Congressman Richard Hudson, a great guy, and his wife Renee. Richard, hi, Richard. And advocate Samantha Bush, who's a very respected person. For years, American couples struggling with infertility have faced crushing costs in their quest to start a family, and IVF is among the most expensive treatments of all. A single round of IVF in the United States can cost up to $25,000, can actually go a lot higher than that, and many couples require multiple rounds for a successful pregnancy. A major reason for these high prices is the excessive cost of the drugs involved. The number one fertility drug used in IVF is currently 700% more expensive in the United States than the rest of the world. And you know, we're ending all of that. It's called favored nations, and we're ending it, and we're ending it pretty fast. Nobody thought we'd be able to do it, and we've done it. Drugs are going to come down. Drug prices are coming down. 400%, 200%, 600%, numbers that nobody's ever seen before. Great for Medicare, Medicaid, even Social Security. Great for everything, I think, Dr. Oz. So it's something that's, to me, it's very exciting. I'm bugging him and Bobby all the time. How are we doing with that? And we're doing really good, Bobby. Right? It's really going good. Other countries are agreeing to it, because if they don't, we put tariffs on them. and then they agree. So it's amazing. It's amazing how that worked out. But as an example, in London, you'd buy a certain drug for $130, and even less than that, I guess, $88 as of a count a month ago. And in New York, you pay $1,300 for the same thing. So now we're going to be paying, instead of $1,300, you'll be paying about $150. And they'll be paying $150 too. We're going to pay the same thing. Favored nations. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And we've been ripped off by the whole world for a long period of time. One of the most popular fertility drug regimens costs over $5,000 per cycle, as an example. Wow. Largely as a result of these unsustainable prices, 70% of the employers do not offer insurance that covers IVF. Therefore, most couples with fertility challenges are paying these costs entirely out of their own pockets, which is not really possible to do. Oh, look who we have. Look at that, the great Maria Bartiromo. I didn't know, did you get put into the regular pool pack? That's very good. Yeah, that's good. Nice to see you. I'm doing an interview with her in a little while. In the Trump administration, we want to make it easier for all couples to have babies, raise children, and start the families they've always dreamed about. That's why today I'm pleased to announce that after extensive negotiations, EMD Serrano, the largest fertility drug manufacturer in the world, has agreed to provide massive discounts to all fertility drugs they sell in the United States, including the most popular drug of all, the IVF drug, Gonal-F. So it's Gonal-F. Is that a proper pronunciation? Close enough, right? Gonal-F. As part of this agreement, EMD Serrano will list their fertility drugs online at trumprx.gov at very, very heavily reduced prices, prices that you won't even believe. And ultimately, that's because of the favored nations. In addition, the FDA will be working with the company to expedite review and approval of another common fertility IVF drug, and currently it's selling in Europe. It's Pergoveris. And that's a sound nice name. Pergoveris. Why can't you name them nice, simple names? Nice, easy names. Doesn't matter. If it works, that's all we care about, right? Upon approval, this drug would directly compete against a much more expensive option that currently has a monopoly in the American market, and this will bring down costs very significantly. And the other one's going to have to come down also. Finally, EMD Serrano has agreed that all future drugs and everything that it develops and sells in the United States will be offset at most favored nation prices. I've been after this for a long time, and we started the process in the last administration, and then we had a little thing called COVID that came up. We had to focus on that, did a good job on that too. And they'll bring a significant portion of their drug manufacturing back to the United States. So they're going to bring it largely back into the United States, and that's for a lot of reasons, but primarily because of the election result, November 5th, and maybe most importantly because of the tariffs, because if they do it here, there are no tariffs. So we're going to be very close, I think by the end of this year, we're going to be very close to $20 trillion in investment. As an example, the Biden administration had less than $1 trillion, substantially less than $1 trillion for 4 years, Maria. Can you imagine? 4 years, less than one. We're going to break $20 trillion of investment, and we're already over $17 trillion, and that's in 8 months. Can you believe that? And he was at less than $1 trillion. And in addition to that, he had open borders, allowing millions of people to pour in. What an administration that was. Worst president in history, by far. As a result of these actions, the per-cycle cost of drugs used in IVF will fall by an estimated 73% for American consumers, and the numbers are going to actually be very substantially higher as time goes by when it really kicks in. For most of, I mean, think of those numbers. You know, I told the story last time because we were with Pfizer, and Pfizer's doing something very similar. But I told them that my first term, I was so proud of myself because I was the first president in 28 years where drug prices went down for the year. And you know what they went down? 1/8 of 1%. But I was so 1/8 of 1%. Now I'm getting them down, Maria, 500, 600, 800%. In some cases, even more than that. It's hard to believe. But I was proud. I said, oh, wow, I'm the first one. 1/8 of 1%. And I was proud of that. Now I realized, and I called a news conference. Some of you were at that news conference, actually. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We've gone down by 1/8 of 1%. And now we're going down 500, 600, 700, 800%, Richard. So it's really something. For most administrations and all of the people involved in this kind of thing, this action would be a crowning achievement of their agenda for fertility health. But for us, it's really just the beginning. It's just the start. It's one of many things we're doing. Today, we're also taking historic steps to vastly expand access to insurance coverage for fertility care, including IVF, something that, as you know, was not covered. Effective immediately, for the first time ever, we will make it legal for companies to offer supplemental insurance plans specifically for fertility. That's never been done before. We're signing it in today with what we sign. Americans will be able to opt in to specialized coverage just as they get vision and dental insurance. They're going to get fertility insurance for the first time. So I don't know. I don't know how well these things are covered. I see the Democrats like to take credit for all of the things we do. We do the things and they take the credit. But I figure if you do enough of these, eventually people are going to figure it out. The Democrats have done nothing. This will make all fertility care, including IVF, far more affordable and accessible. And by providing coverage at every step of the way, it will reduce the number of people who ultimately need to resort to IVF because couples will be able to identify and address problems early. The result will be healthier pregnancies, healthier babies, and many more beautiful American children. It's a big factor. It's a big deal. I'm asking all employers to make these new fertility benefit options available to their employees immediately. The initiatives I've just announced are the boldest and most significant actions ever taken by any president to bring the miracle of life into more American homes. And I will say Katie was great. As you know, she's a great senator from Alabama. She's the first one that told me about this. I had not known too much about it, and we worked very rapidly together, didn't we, though?
Mr. President, you say
we had everything passed, and Alabama then took care of it and passed it. Within a week, everything was done. Really, it was something. So I want to thank Katie, Brett. There's no deeper happiness and joy of raising children, and now millions of Americans struggling with infertility will have a new chance to share the greatest experience of them all. So I'd like to thank all of the people that are here, and I think we'll start with Dr. Oz and Ms. Horn. We'll go through the list and we'll listen. And yesterday I did this, and I stood for about an hour and a half as people spoke. And they said, this time I'm sitting right there, and I'm going to watch you. I stood for an hour and a half like this. I said, you got to be kidding. Here we go. It was one after another, and it was wonderful listening to them. But I said, if I have to do this every day, Bobby, should I stand or sit? Thank you, Bobby. Please, Dr. Oz.
Okay. Mr. President, I'm going to jump in here real quick. I want to start by thanking President Trump. Sir, from the very first phone call we ever had, your support was strong. It was steadfast. It was unwavering. And because of you, millions of Americans are going to have a greater opportunity to bring the greatest gift, in my opinion, life into this world. Your support, your administration's support, it's a game changer. All of us here today are aligned. This is a celebration of life. It's a celebration of parents. It's a celebration of families. And it's a celebration for those people who want to one day be parents themselves. I think every parent can attest, and I certainly do myself, that the greatest gift that God has ever given me is the ability to be a mom. We want more people to have that opportunity. We want to make that easier. and more affordable. IVF is what makes the difference for so many families that are facing infertility. So you've seen the numbers. It's either 1 in 8 couples, or some people say as much as 1 in 6, are actually experiencing issues with fertility. It's 9% of males and at least 11% of females that are facing these challenges as they work to build their family. The recommendations today that President Trump has set forth are going to expand IVF coverage to nearly 1 million more families, and they're going to drive down cost significantly. Mr. President, this is the most pro-IVF.
Yo, I'm not able to turn the stream off until I get back home.
And the history of the United States of America has done. And Mr. President, it's your leadership. You are the reason why the Republican Party is now the party of parents. We are the party of
Damn, my bad. Hey, do y'all want me to turn this off? I can keep it on if y'all want. I'm gonna be home in like 30 minutes, but 20 minutes. But yeah, I could just kind of turn it off. It's just not about crypto, so I don't think honestly it. Keep it on, please. Keep it on. Turn it off. No. No audio. Hey, give me a second. I'm almost where I'm going. Yeah, just let me know what y'all want me to do. Yeah, so just to kind of chat about it for a second. And again, let me know if y'all want me to put it back on. I can, because I'm trying to go. Hold on. Sorry, boys. I'm on the phone. Yeah, keep it on. Keep it. Right, y'all can. I don't know what to do. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it back on for a few more minutes, like maybe 10 more minutes until I get back, and then we'll chat. All right, never mind. I can't put it back on. All right, I can't put it back on until I get back. So, yeah, I'm gonna put the volume back on.
Again, inconceivable. Last week, a company from Europe, a global leader in the pharmaceutical sector, came to this office, made the same kind of commitment for most favored nation pricing, again, because the president insisted on it and was persistent, and he alluded to the fact that he was calling Secretary Kennedy and me quite a bit. He definitely was, with great insights into the process, and would not hold back. But I think what you're seeing today is something even larger. It's larger because we're now showing that MFN is a tool that can get other initiatives going as well. We are revealing perhaps the most important MFN opportunity at all, because it's about procreation. It's about babies. It turns out that MFN is a tool for a lot of things, and it goes without saying that you get the drug pricing down, but lots of other business necessities become possible when that occurs. So Secretary Kennedy and I, who's a wonderful leader, talk frequently about family. I think the reason he's a great leader and president as well is because they have large families, and they take pride in the joy that it gives us. But many families as Senator Britt alluded, do not have the ability to have children. But it turns out that it's about 1 in 3 families, a much higher number, that don't have the number of babies they desire. They're under-babied. So this president committed to address that during the campaign, and he is delivering on that today in a way I don't think anyone thought was possible. We are opening the door with MFN pricing and tariffs that support it, Secretary Lutnick, with a new approach to make reproductive medicine more affordable for Americans. Now, I know what you're all thinking, and you're probably right. There are going to be a lot of Trump babies. I think that's probably a good thing. But it turns out the fundamental creative force in society is about making babies. It's about creating. And this country, the one that President Trump is leading so beautifully, has been a country of abundance, not scarcity. To have abundance, you have to address the fact that we had 3.6 million babies last year, which is beautiful. 3.6 million miracles. That's 500,000 less babies than we would ideally have had, even to replace our current population. Building on the success of the last 2 weeks, our team, led by the head of Medicare, Chris Klump, who's standing over there, and Ina Hernandez, have negotiated a spectacular MFN deal to reduce the cost of IVF drug prices by $2,200 a cycle. That's nearly half of the price that it had been. The most prescribed drug in this category in America, made by MD Serrano, is described over here. And you'll notice, President Trump, these are discounted from $242 to $10. I don't know what the math is on that. We can't even calculate it.
A lot.
It's a lot. It's too high to calculate without a more studied approach. But I give it up there because that number of $10 will apply for every American who earns less than $115,000 a year. That's 70% of the American people. The remaining folks who are able to make more will have to pay a tiny bit more, but it's still most favored nation pricing, no different from what the Europeans are willing to pay. Now, to make this deal happen, Chris and Inma had to do something special. They had to actually not just get the drug price down, but get the middlemen to let it go as well. And Mr. President, we've met with the middlemen in the past. They're now joining the MFN movement. I want to thank Express Scripts Freedom Pharmacy and then CVS's Specialty Pharmacy, because they were willing to stand up and do the right thing for the American people by answering the president's call and slashing their prices. Now, this announcement also encompasses a remarkable move from Marty Makary. And Marty Makary is, of course, the leader of the FDA, but he has ongoing efforts to accelerate their approval of innovative medicines that will further reduce the price and make this whole process more seamless for the American people. Now, you're about to hear about a spectacular new program that's been alluded to. But one of the architects of that program, Heidi Overton, Deputy Director of the White House Domestic Policy Council, is going to take us through the exciting details of what this is going to offer for the American people, especially those who are in the workforce. But first, we think you should hear from Libby Horn. Libby is EMD Serrano's head of fertility. She brings both professional expertise and a personal connection to this work. She has 3 beautiful daughters, and she has personally benefited from reproductive medicine that has shaped her family. And her company made today's spectacular MFN pricing possible. Libby.
Thank you, Dr. Oz. Thank you, Mr. President. Today, we gather on this national stage to celebrate a historic step forward in expanding access to fertility treatments for those who need it most. Mr. President, thanks to your leadership and the tireless efforts of your team, this is a momentous day for Americans who struggle but remain hopeful to build their families. Infertility is on the rise in our country. 1 in 8 couples face infertility. This isn't just a number, it's real lives, dreams, and aspirations of hardworking Americans. The teacher who goes to school each day, surrounded by children, but aching for children of her own. The firefighter who puts his life on the line, but can't create the life he wants at home. The consequences of these challenges can take significant tolls. Some of you watching today have given up or are frustrated because access to IVF treatments has been out of reach. That's why expanding access to IVF has been an issue of great importance to the president. He made this clear in his executive order declaring
Hey, all y'all got to
administration's
do is say
goal
the
of
word. If
supporting
y'all want me
American
to
families
get back to
by
chatting,
enabling
I can.
access
I'm
and
chilling for like
eliminating
20
barriers to
minutes.
IVF.
So
Today, EMD
Let me know.
Serrano is proud to help President Trump deliver on his promise to you. Thanks to the president's leadership, EMD Serono has worked alongside distributors and other partners to help more families have access to services and innovations that are consistent with other countries. Through our partnership with the administration, we are proud to announce that Americans will have access to our leading IVF therapies for an 84% discount off list prices. That's amazing. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you for making this possible.
Thank you very much. That's great. Fantastic.
For more than 40 years, EMD Serono has been a global leader in fertility. Our science was instrumental in the birth of the first IVF baby in the US.
Yo, y'all let me know. Somebody keep an eye on the stream. If they start asking Trump himself questions again, let us know. We'll turn it back on. But bro, like it's just not about crypto. I mean, that sounds cool though. Like I'm not super well versed on IVF, obviously, but I think giving people better opportunities to have children is always a good thing. I think it's a really good thing, honestly, especially with kind of the damn, bro, I almost saw a wreck. Just kind of with the state of things now. So yeah, I definitely think that it sounds like a good thing. It sounds like it's cheaper and easier to access, and I think I can't really imagine much of a negative detriment to that. So all in all, that's cool, but that has nothing to do with crypto. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, bro, like, what are we doing here? One of my biggest issues, and I didn't even really think about this until the stream itself, bro. They have to be intentionally not releasing what these press conferences are about before the market so they can utilize the leverage and the volatility. Because every single time that Trump has an announcement, there's always going to be volatility, which means there's easy pickings, right? People can get plucked off from their leverage positions. That's always like that's always a thing. And I swear they have to be intentionally not releasing what these meetings are about. Like, why couldn't you just say, hey, this meeting is about IVF? I don't understand that. That is one of those things that it's like that has to be intentional. I can't really imagine that it's not intentional. What's the market doing right now? I can't really see it. What's Bitcoin at right now? Nothing. Shit. You haven't talked among something. All right, bye, Shaggy. Um, it's dumping hard. 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108. Sold at 185. Yeah, bro. I mean, the thing is, like, while Bitcoin, okay, there is this piece. Let me just give you guys a random guess. My gut feels like Bitcoin hovering at 108, smashing down to like 101 or 102 or 103, just ripping straight downwards for like and 30 minutes to an hour at some point, then recovering and trying to bounce feels like such an obvious play. Now it feels so obvious that I'm not going to go and say I think that's going to happen, but like it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if we just rip down one time, recover back to macro support, which is the 108 to 107 region, and then start trying to take out some of those short traders. Like, I think that would be such an obvious play, right? Like, if I'm a market manipulator, that's the move I'm making. I'm reaccumulating one more time, then I'm sending them. Hmm. What do y'all think? Anyway, V-shaped recovery sounds good for our bags. If the Bulls fail to hold this level, sure. I feel like it would be so obvious. Like, everybody saying 108 has to hold, 108 has to hold, 108 has to hold. So then guess what? It just doesn't. It just does not. It nukes. And then because it doesn't, everybody's like, oh, that's it, bear market. And then people start shorting. Short trades pile at like 110. We bounce heavy off 101 to 104. Then bam, right back up to 110. Like, dude, that wouldn't shock me at all. That'd be so obvious. Yeah, you guys get it. Let's see. I've heard X has to hold 50 times a cycle and it never matters. 50-week moving average is the only thing that does. That's an interesting take. 17 billion in liquidations up to 125. I think we got to run. That, like I told you guys, I cannot imagine that they let those short traders win. I can't imagine it. Now listen, every bear market starts with short traders winning, but usually you wipe them out first. You wipe them clean out the market, then distribution, then the dump. And the distribution and the dump can happen very fast. The distribution can happen during the blow off top, but I just cannot imagine that they let those short traders win. What up, Gani? Of course I listen to Hosier. Got to. Flush the longs before the bear. Leave the short alone and break trust. Flush the longs before the bear. Leave the short alone and break trust in crypto forever with no LTs. And if they want to lose as much money as possible, that's how they do it. It's interesting. Yeah, all good, Jason. I'm not moving. My car's not even on right now. They could let the shorts win Brillo. I don't see it, bro. Like I just don't see it. I would be fucking shocked, dude. Shout out to you, Frank the Tank. All love, homie. It's not a bear market. It's that institutions now involved. Shorts will be flushed after the next fake push. I can see it. I had to come pick up this thing for 3 o'clock, bro. And then I got a text, and it's not gonna be ready till 3:30. And I low key got here. I was so pissed off about it. Hey, is anybody still watching the stream? You and Ben Cohen are some of the only people I respect on YouTube. Ben Cohen is a fantastic dude. He is tall as a motherfucker, though. I will say that. I went to what city was I in? Was I in Nashville? I remember I went to a party that he was at. And I saw him, and I think he was taller than me. And I'm 6'2", 6'3". He's tall as hell, bro. Nah, Gani, I'll be good, G. Don't worry. If the Russell makes considerable all-time high into the next year, but bet your ass we'll get all. Yeah. No, I agree. Picking up that Viagra, Tyler. Yeah, bro. It would be the dumbest move for a market maker to leave that much liquidity on the top side. Impossible. Literally cannot fathom. That's why I just do not believe it. Like it's one of the. And I feel like no one's talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, so you know how sometimes in crypto, when you're so certain something can't happen, it happens. I feel like I would maybe start to have that doubt with this, but no one's talking about those shorts being left up there. Everyone who thinks a bear market's here is just ignoring those shorts. And I'm just like, yo, there's no way. Like, again, and I'm sorry to go on a kind of a tangent about this, but like, dude, I don't believe it. I am like 165, 170 pounds. Russ said Tyler's like 220. I'm like a smooth 165 pounds. Yo, this shit hurts, bro. Trump will announce the end of war in Ukraine and it will start. Hey, my bad. I forgot to check the chat. Is anybody watching that stream? Is anything important happening? Are they talking to Trump or anything? No, I don't think we're in a bear market. Connor doesn't appreciate you telling us to call him gay. I didn't tell you to call him gay, but it's hilarious still, nonetheless. Tomorrow's Friday. Some crazy shit gonna happen. Facts, bro. Still talking about IVF. You're a UFC lightweight, then yeah, I usually fight at 45 though. Still talking about babies. The way all the big dogs make money is with Euphoria, and then a sudden drop for as few successful shows left as possible. Also, yeah. I can't watch those streams. Although too much puff BS throughout without just getting the input. Yeah, bro, used to fighting. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a few more fights, and then I'm never gonna fight again. Travies is insanity. Do you believe Uptober? I don't believe in all this Uptober, Rectober, Santa Claus rally nonsense. Those are just things that are designed to spread through retail to get them hopeful and get their sentiment and bias facing a certain direction to liquidate and manipulate them. Featherweight, you be Volk would whip my ass. Are we still getting the ETF approvals when the government shut down? No, I don't think those are related. I have to tell y'all in the bear market, the prices don't go up and down. They just go down. That's what I'm saying, bro. Bear markets are, ugh, they suck. Inverting various funds. You said something about a program for YouTube to become a gazillionaire. Where do I check that out? I haven't released it yet publicly, but stay tuned. You can shoot me an email. If any of you are interested in becoming like YouTubers in this world of crypto, we have a really cool opportunity for you. You can become a crypto gajillion, kabillion, billion, zillionaire. Never been a richer gazillion, million, tillionaire, quantillionaire. And yeah, so email me. My email's in the description. I thought but stopped after I got my first serious concussion. Yeah, I've had a couple, bro. If I'm more, hell yeah. Trump's about to talk. Can you fight? I can fight okay. Sorry, guys. My bad, G. My nose is itching, bro. There we go. How to get the boogies out. They should have had a little baby do the press conference. That's hilarious. In this corner, we got to fight 34 wins and 0 losses and 5 draws. He's 6'3", weighing 160. Does your company do any angel investing in crypto projects? We have every now and then, but angel investing in crypto is like roulette. Like literally, it's just not worth the money, to be honest. Sugar Sean, hell yeah. W. Sean O'Malley. This has been the worst year in crypto. That is just so not true, bro. People who say it's the worst year in crypto is their first year in crypto. Like, if you weren't here in 2022, 2022 was like the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life in general, bro. It was actually miserable every day. All right, word. All right, the thing that I got to pick up is ready. Hold on. I don't know if y'all, but give me a second. Hey, y'all want me to just turn that live stream on for a few minutes while I go do this? I'm gonna just do that. Let's see what they're talking about.
Fantastic. So sad. He's got a lot of courage. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't care. Howard, you and I would not be doing that. We'd go about 30 miles an hour, but we'd be safe. Anyway, so thank you very much. Any questions, please?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President, this is a major campaign promise that you made. It was a big hot topic towards the end of the election. You're delivering on that again. I actually had a question for Secretary Kennedy or Dr. Heidi. Dr. Heidi, you said something that I thought was really important. You talked about how this coverage option, this benefit option, gives companies the maximum flexibility to design benefits consistent to their values. I was wondering if either you or the president could expand on that and talk about why that's an important thing to understand about this program.
Thank you. It's a great question. We think that employers are best situated to know what them and their employees want to contribute to in relation to their benefits. So employers are going to be able to decide how to cover the root causes of infertility, things like obesity, metabolic health, and other things that are impacting infertility. And also, if they want to encourage their employees to see certain types of doctors, and they can work with providers that are identifying the highest quality fertility providers. And so it puts them in the driver's seat. And our view is that we want employers to be the ones that can make those decisions, not the government. Thank you.
All right. That's a good answer.
Yeah, it was.
That's a very good answer. Yeah, please, go
Mr.
ahead.
President, Mr. President, previously you did not seem to be bothered regarding Hamas cracking down on what you called gangs, actually,
What?
couple of gangs. And today you issued a threat against Hamas on Truth Social. What has changed?
And what was
since then?
said? Go ahead.
You said if they continue keep killing innocents in Gaza, that if that continues, the United
Yeah,
States
I
will
know,
go
I
after
issued a
them.
strong statement, that's right.
But they used to be gangs, and now you're saying innocents. What made you think they're innocents now?
Well, I'm looking at what's happening, and that wasn't the deal that was made, and we'll see what happens. It's calmed down. It's a tough neighborhood, we know that. We have a commitment from them, and I assume they're going to honor that commitment. I hope they do. And I understand they brought back some additional bodies today. It's a rough deal when you think of it, right? Very rough. We have our hostages back completely. We were very lucky with that. But it's a tough situation. They brought back bodies today, as you probably know. But they also said they're going to behave. We're going to find out if they behave. If they behave good, if they don't behave, we'll take care of it. Yeah, please.
Following up on that, when you
I didn't
said,
say you.
Mr. President,
You
you
CNN, fake news. Go
you
ahead.
said in your post that if they kept killing people in Gaza, we would have no choice but to go in and kill them. So do you mean U.S. forces would go in and take out
No, I
Hamas?
didn't say who would go in, but somebody will go in. It's not going to be us. We won't have to. There are people very close, very nearby that will go in. They'll do the trick very easily, but under our auspices.
Could I follow up? You also posted about your call with President Putin today, and you spoke about meeting in Hungary with him. Do you have a timeline or a date set for when?
I would say within 2 weeks or so, pretty quick. Marco Rubio is going to be meeting with his counterpart, as you know, Lavrov, and they'll be meeting pretty soon. They're going to set up a time and a place very shortly. Maybe it's already set up. They've already spoken. And I thought it was a very good phone call. I thought very productive. But I'll be meeting with President Putin, and we'll make a determination. Tomorrow I'm meeting with President Zelensky, and I'll be telling him about the call. I mean, we have a problem. They don't get along too well, those two, and it's sometimes tough to have meetings, so we may do something where we're separate but equal. We'll meet and talk parties, but this is a terrible relationship the two of them have, and it's one of those things. I've seen things that nobody would believe, but this is one of them. So we're going to be meeting in Hungary. Viktor Orban is going to be hosting, and it's really something that's time. Last week, over 7,000 people were killed. That's ridiculous. And you know, it doesn't affect our country. We're not losing people. We're not losing Bobby. We're not losing Americans, but they're losing Russians, Ukrainians, mostly soldiers, for the most part, soldiers. And we think we're going to get it. We hope we're going to get it stopped. I thought this would be, because of my relationship with President Putin, I thought this would be very quick. And it's turned out to be, who would think I did Middle East before I did this? We did a total of 8 now, 7 and now 8. And we're going to make this number 9.
Why do you
Yeah, please.
So you said you posted that there was great progress. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Was it a shift in Putin's tone? Was it something new he told you? Did he give you any message to give
You're talking about the whole.
President Zelensky tomorrow?
It just seems to me that, look, it's only a field. That's all I've done in my whole life. I've made deals. I know about deals. I do it well. I don't think any president's ever ended a war, frankly. One war, I did 8 of them, Maria, right? And but I don't know, did Bush ever end? Do you think Biden ended a war? Biden started wars because he was stupid. But do you think Biden ended any wars? No. I don't know of anybody that ended wars. I ended 8 of them. Now it's going to be 9. I think we're going to have this one done, hopefully soon. But I'll be meeting him probably over the next 2 weeks. First, Marco is going to be meeting. And the vice president, as you know, is very much involved. The whole team is involved. Steve Witkoff will be involved. Yeah, please.
What did you tell them about the Tomahawks? Did you
About what?
discuss the Tomahawk missiles? Did you discuss?
Well, we talked about it a little bit, didn't say much, but I do say to you, we need Tomahawks for the United States of America, too. We have a lot of them, but we need them. I mean, we can't deplete for our country. So, they're very vital. They're very powerful. They're very accurate. They're very good, but we need them, too. So I don't know what we can do about that.
Why do you think a second meeting with Putin now will yield different results?
Well, I think Alaska actually set a stage, and that wasn't very long ago, but it set a stage. You have to understand, I came into this situation, I didn't start this war. This is a Biden deal, and I came into it, and it was a mess. It could have led to World War III. In my opinion, this could have led to World War III. That won't happen, but it could have. So I came in, this war was raging. When I left, this wasn't even a thought. For 4 years, nobody talked about it. I spoke to President Putin about Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye, but there was never going to be doing anything like this. And this all went because of some really bad decisions that were made. And look what you have. You have millions of people dead. You have just a horrible, horrible situation. I'm doing it to save souls. That's all I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it for us. We have an ocean between us. I'm doing it also to help Europe. They want to have it ended, but they're unable to do it. I'm able to do it. So I think we'll be successful. We'll save a lot of lives. It should have been done. Should have never started. This would have never happened if the election weren't rigged. This would have never happened. But it did happen, and I'll get it stopped. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned a $1,300 drug at the top of this. Were you referring to the weight loss drugs?
I was referring to Ozempic, or I heard the fat loss drug.
So those are going to be $150 out of pocket
Yeah,
for
well,
Americans.
they'll be much lower. They'll be much lower. Yeah, go ahead, please.
We have not negotiated those yet. We're going to be rolling these out over time. The GLP category of drugs, which includes Ozempic, have not been negotiated yet.
What's the timeline for that?
But it will. It'll come down, like everyone else.
Okay. Any timeline on those negotiations?
No, but I think those are going to come down pretty fast, and we do have, I guess, some alternatives.
The president will be happy with the result, and until he is, we're not going to close those negotiations. Thank you.
Except it'll happen.
Got it.
Mr. President, what's your message to pro-life conservatives? Some pro-life conservatives have religious objections to IVF and are already critical of this policy. What's your message to them?
I don't know about the views of that. I'm just looking to do something because, pro-life, I think this is very pro-life. You can't get more pro-life than this. Please.
Mr. President, you've been talking about how this new benefit plan will also include root cause treatments for infertility. How will you make sure that those root cause treatments are equally accessible to IVF?
Well, I think we're going to be doing that. Would anybody like to talk about that subject?
I'll comment
Please.
on the rulemaking process. I think it's the determination, again, Secretary of Labor, the determination, the Department of Labor is issuing their intent today to open up the rulemaking process, again, for more flexibility. Anytime that you have a president who's leading when you can offer more access to health care at a lower rate is a benefit to the American people and to the end user, and that's exactly what he's doing. And so you heard before that through the Q&A guidance that was issued today with the other agencies, that will give guidance to our employers and the employees about what the flexibility of that is. And then again, opening that rulemaking process for further determination of the access that can be had, offered in those benefits for all different types of healthcare access is the goal of the Department of Labor.
Good answer. I like this better. They can do better than me. Yeah, please. Good job, Larry. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I shouldn't tell, I won't say it, but I will not say that she was recommended by the Teamsters. Can you believe it? And she's turned out to be a gem, an absolute gem. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, John Bolton was just
Do
indicted.
you think we can see your deal-making skills applied to the government shutdown anytime soon?
Well, look, all we want to do is just extend. We don't want anything. We just want to extend, live with the deal that they had. They want to spend $1.5 trillion on illegal immigrants, and they want to destroy health care for everyone else. And it's crazy. It's crazy. People that are here illegally, they want to spend $1.5 trillion. So we're just not going to do it. No, we have to take care of our health care. Now, we're doing that today and we're doing it with, favored nations, and most favored nations, your costs are going to be dropping greatly. And I'm really I'm really happy that it's at the beginning of my administration, because I did insulin and got it down to like $25, but it doesn't kick in. It didn't kick in for 2 years by statute, so it couldn't kick in. And I said, boy, I hope I win this election, because if I don't, somebody else is going to take credit for it, Bobby. And sure as can be, Biden said, he didn't even know what the hell was happening, and it was a hard thing for me to do. I got insulin way down. What was it before that? It was just massive. It was impossible to afford. And sure as can be, because it was statute, it couldn't have been earlier. I said, boy, this falls into the next administration. I better win. And all of a sudden, I watched this Biden taking credit for something that I did, and on other things too. We had a lot of things kick in. So the nice part about this is at the beginning of our administration. So I think we're going to see the fruits of our labor. And I hope on our other situation that we've talked so much about, autism, I hope we're going to see some very good results based on the recommendations that we made. And, we have time to watch those results.
Mr. President, John Bolton was just indicted by a grand jury in Maryland. Do you have a reaction to that?
I didn't know that. You told me for the first time, but I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but that's the way it goes.
Have you reviewed the case against him?
That's the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes. Will I what?
Have you reviewed the case against him?
No, I haven't. But I just think he's a bad person. Okay, anybody else?
What's the timeline for the IVF drug through the National Commissioner Priority Review Voucher, Dr. McCary?
What do you think, Doctor?
Yeah. So, first of all, the National Priority Voucher Program says we're going to proactively at the FDA look for amazing treatments like this IVF treatment. We're going to reach out to the companies, and if it's in line with the president's national priorities, we're going to put those drugs at the front of the line and get a decision out in weeks instead of a year. And so today we announced 9 drugs that are going to be recipients. These are products where the manufacturing is going to be in the United States, or it's meeting a large unmet public health need, like a diabetes drug we announced today, or it is a product where you're going to see an affordability phenomena because the prices are getting equalized in line with the president's most favored nation status goal.
Wow, that's good. Why didn't I have him speaking? So could have saved a lot of time. Thanks, Tony. I'm not surprised. Yeah, please.
Yes, thank you, Chris. So Senate Majority Leader John Thune today said he'd like to proceed with the bill which would put sanctions on Russia. What's your thought on that?
Well, we're going to see. He doesn't know about the call yet. I'm going to speak to him later. And it was subject to what I wanted to do. And so we'll see what happens. This may be such a productive call that we're going to end up, we want to get peace. We want to stop the killing. 7,000 people a week. Can you believe it? We want to stop the killing. So I'm going to speak to him and the speaker, Mike Johnson. I'll speak to them a little bit later and I'll tell them about this. And we'll make the right determination. I'm not against anything. I'm just saying it may not be perfect timing. It could happen in a week or two, but it's at my option, as you know.
Right, but did President Putin try to dissuade you from selling Tomahawk missiles?
Well, of course. What do you think he's going to say? Please sell Tomahawks?
No, but
Is he going to say, please sell those Tomahawks? I really appreciate it. I did actually say, would you mind if I gave a couple of thousand Tomahawks to your opposition? I did say that to him. I said it just that way. He didn't like the idea. He really didn't like the idea. No, I said it that way. You have to be a little bit lighthearted sometimes, but no, he doesn't want Tomahawk is a vicious weapon. It's a vicious, offensive, incredibly destructive weapon. Nobody wants Tomahawk shot at him.
Did he specifically ask you not to provide Tomahawks?
So, wouldn't anybody? I mean, it's been in the news. Who wouldn't do that? CNN. Who wouldn't do that? You know? Do you think he's going to say, I'd love to have Tomahawk sent my way? I don't think so. Maria, we have one of the great stars of television here, and she's an incredible person. And she's just an amazing woman who, she got it all right. She got the Russia hoax right. She got everything. Would you have a question?
Yes, Mr. President. I would ask you why this was so important to you. IVF, and why was autism so important to you? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, autism is like a whole different thing. When you look at, it was 1 in 20,000. Now it's 1 in 12. If you look, Bobby, we have different numbers, but 1 in 12, 1 in 28, 1 in 32. There's a couple of different numbers out there, but it's 1 in a very, very different number than it used to be. It used to be 1 in 20,000. And that was not that long ago, 20 years ago or so. And now they had something for boys, for babies, baby boys. It's 1 in 12. I heard 1 in 10, Bobby. I heard another one, different lists. But when you think of that, it's not even sustainable, but there's something artificial. When that happens, that's not like a natural. And then you have certain groups of people that literally don't have autism, and they're not taking some of the things that we're taking. So we're working very hard. And on IVF, it's just that I have friends, including Katie, that called me and they told me the importance of it. I wasn't that familiar with it. Now I think I've sort of become the father ever since I heard. There was a bad decision in Alabama where a judge wanted all clinics to be immediately closed, right? And Katie called up and you said you were pretty strongly attacked by your friends that you didn't even know were involved with IVF, right?
You had people that had grandkids, people who'd gone through IVF themselves, telling their story and
Yeah.
saying there are people that cope out there.
Tell what you did when you heard from your friends. You said this was not, they almost became violent, right?
I told him, I said, Mr. President, we need you. We need your voice in this conversation. We need the directive. We need the strong support because there are millions of people out there, moms and dads, wanting to bring life into the world. And you had people, the chilling effect that occurred across Alabama, there were people that were in the middle of that process that had been praying to have a child, and that was halted. And so the reality of that was very stark in our state. And so I was able to tell the president some of the stories of people, friends and grandparents and relatives that told me what they had experienced and also, what they were fearful of in the future. And the president very quickly acted, spoke with a strong voice, and really led the way. Obviously, we saw Democrats continue to fearmonger for the remainder of the year, trying to use it as an election issue when actually IVF is legal and accessible in all 50 states. And President Trump very clearly said where he was on this, and he said, I'm going to make sure that this is more accessible and that it is more affordable for families coast to coast. That's exactly what he did, but it's that real life, those real life stories, sir, that he responded to. And that's what people don't know about him. He cares. And when you tell him what
I just don't like when we get into
American
these
people are doing,
glazing sessions
he
where it's
wants
like
to do
glaze,
something
glaze,
about
glaze,
it.
glaze.
You have
I'm like, bro, I
leaders
get it.
and
You with the
politicians
president,
coming
of course,
forward that
naturally,
wanna
but
talk
god
about
damn.
things. President Trump wants to actually make things happen. It's exactly what he did here, and I'm so grateful, Mr. President.
Thank you, Katie, very much. Appreciate it. So we will go back to what we're doing, working again with Marco and with JD and a few of the people on the war, and we're doing a lot of other things also. The economy is unbelievable. It really is. It's been incredible. And I think one of the great numbers that I've ever heard, think of it, over $17 trillion being invested in our country. And when you think of, compare that to the last administration, but really compare it to any administration, compare it to any country. There's never been a country with anything like that. That's in a period of 8 months. And we've already broken every record possible. There's never anything even close. So we'll go back to all of that. Prices are down. Oil is down. We're down $58 a barrel. We're gonna be hitting $2 for gasoline. I think we're gonna be at $2. And the previous administration, they were at $4 and $5. They were going up much higher. And then they swung back into my things, but they didn't swing back properly. They were very, very late. They really blew it. We had it really going in the right direction. They came and took everything out, and it's incredible. I'll never forget. They lost control of the price of gasoline, of oil. They totally lost control, Howard, and then they went back immediately. Well, let's go back to Trump. But by that time, it was too late, and they didn't go back because the leases and everything else. They wouldn't know. They really didn't know how to. But we could be hitting close to $2 a gallon. I'd love to break it if we could, but we could be, and when that comes down.
One thing that kind of irritates me about the whole political scene, like if I'm going to get political for a second, do y'all remember whenever we had whenever the political elections were going on in the United States? And listen, I'm just kind of I'm a free flowing dude, right? I'm just giving my opinion, perspective. Y'all remember like how the whole thing was like, the reason the right side's whole perspective was like, well, the reason why you shouldn't vote Democrat is because the Democrats' whole perspective is that you just shouldn't like Republicans because they're Republican. It's just like, I hate how we spend so much time just shitting on the other party and spend so little time actually caring about the people in the country. It's just so fucking annoying. But anywho,
But
that is my
groceries are
opinion for the
down,
day.
and energy is down, electricity is way down. We have the prices coming down for people. They were abused for 4 years by the Biden administration. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
That was good timing, though, eh? Okay. Nothing super important there for crypto. All right. Cool. What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? Yeah, like I'm not really trying to get all political, but it is just in my honest opinion. One thing that I absolutely resent about both political sides of the spectrum here in the United States is that they spend so much time just shitting on each other. Like at the end of the day, we're all still humans. We also have the same basic needs. You know what I mean? Like we all need to get up. We all need to pay our fucking bills. We all need to turn the lights on. We all need to eat. Like that's what we all need, right? And so, if we all have very common foundations from which we grow from, at the end of the day, if we're going to argue like this side sucks and that side sucks, yada, yada, we're completely ignoring the common foundations that we all share, that we all need as basic human rights to just fucking survive. And so, we spend so much time worried about each other, not enough time worrying about how we can actually get fucking better. And it's a part of the reason why a lot of these bipartisan countries do struggle so much to actually make any fucking progress in this century, because it's just all about arguing. It's like TikTok brain rot in politics. It's fucking annoying. But anywho, welcome. Yeah, so your boy's back. Sorry. Yeah, I had to go pick up by the thing that I was saying I had to go pick up. I was joking. It was my wife. Yeah, I had to go pick her up. Her car's in the shop right now, so I had to go pick her up. But I'm back. Nothing super crazy. Nothing super crazy. Happened just now. I'm trying to recap. I was listening the whole time. I'm trying to recap in my brain if anything was brought up that I thought would be important. Government shut down. They're just trying to extend the current thing. The Democrats suck according, blah, 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 blah. That's what he said. No, not that I can remember. Nothing super important. Not enough to obviously make the market pull back right now. The market's simply just pulling back right now because the market's pulling back right now. Like it's just that. Yeah, nothing. Nothing that I can remember. So nothing super important. Did I miss anything? My crypto crashed hard, but nothing super important. Nothing important. Nothing unless you're going to be buying big pharma stocks for IVF meds. Right. He could have been an email. Who takes his place? Now you're good. Okay, cool. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Let's take a quick look at the market and see what's happening here. How long have we been streaming? Damn, 2.5 hours. Shout out to you guys. So Bitcoin's price is still venturing down. Yo, you guys freaked me the fuck out, dude. When I was driving, you guys said, you guys were like, it's crashing. And then I went look, I'm like, bro, no, we're not. Or, oh, wait, maybe it's alts. No. What's down the most? Like ICP? No, it did not. People were saying like Bitcoin really started crashing right after the conference. No, it didn't. One thing that I will say that I do find very interesting. Hey, Fish, I think Leisure Fish is in here. Fish, give me your perspective. Whenever you see on the lower time frames movement like this, hold on, where we have the lower lows, the lower highs, you're creating kind of like this pennant at the very bottom, just like yay and like yay. But you're starting to notice those shorter time frame RSI starting to trend back in the opposite direction. What do you think happens from here? A lot of people go back and forth. Some people think that this is a reversal signal, and some people think that this is a continuation signal. And I genuinely go back and forth consistently, so I don't know. So I want Fish's opinion. I'll check for that in a second. I'll try to keep an eye out. But it's bullish. Also, most things are oversold on the 4 hour because they didn't say shit. I'm gonna look for Fisher's reply. Hopefully, I don't miss it. But yeah, like whenever I'm looking at this chart, honestly, I'm just not scared, like in the slightest. I don't know. Things like this just doesn't scare me in the slightest. It's like, okay, we have a macro zone of support. The zone of support is being attempted to be held right now. That's it. And if we wick, we wick. What are liquidations looking like? If you want my general perspective of where I think the market is at, just go back to the first 17 minutes and 30 seconds. I went over everything that I think is happening in the market right now and what I think is going to happen next. So I just don't want to repeat that for like 15 minutes. One second. I got to go do this, then this, then this. There we go. Okay. Fish said it always makes me feel like we're close to a bottom. If it wicks down, out, I'll try for my long. See, and that's kind of what I think. Like, I feel like it's almost always a signal of like some sort of more macro divergence forming. So it's like you'll get the drop down, you'll get the recovery, another drop down that maybe even takes the price lower. But in that second drop down, you get your bullish divergence and then it rallies. I feel like I noticed that a lot. Golly, dude. Fuck. Already at 6. Oh, that sucks. Liquidation map. And people are still there. People are still battling this fucking zone. It's crazy, honestly. I just don't understand why they don't quit. Like, again, and I'm going to keep saying it. Like, if we're sitting with $1 billion worth of liquidations, that's like within $1,000 of Bitcoin's price. Just don't be surprised. Like, don't be surprised if Bitcoin pulls to 106 or 105 or something like that. But I mean, again, like, I think we're in a good spot. How's the market looking? Last hour. ATH, BAS. I mean, it's not been a terrible hour since I've been gone. It obviously gets a little bit more nasty the lower down you get, though. Cool. All righty. Well, go ahead and ask some questions, guys. Y'all go ask some questions. I'm going to answer some questions for the next 15, 20 minutes, and then we are going to wrap up the stream at 3 hours. Before we wrap up the stream, I have a couple things I want to show you guys really quickly. Give me a second. Because you guys know I'm a shill monster. There's a couple things I want y'all to do after the stream ends. So I'm going to tell you about it. So when the stream ends, there's a couple things I want you to do. The first thing I want you to do is that if you are interested in checking out the school, which is, again, where you can see my portfolio, my trades, we do workshops, live streams, coaching sessions. There's an entire course on how to build a crypto strategy. There's a beginner's course. There's a trades chat. There's a community that literally just generates hundreds of thousands of dollars every single week. If you want to be a part of this, check out the link to the crypto school. It is down below. I give you a quick explanation of what's in the school, and you can sign up and start learning in there today. Also, in addition to that, guys, I do have a second YouTube channel called Tyler Hill Unlocked, which is linked down in the description below. If you want to see what I do more on a daily basis, this is the place for you. I run a company. It's called Fluence. It's a 7/8 figure company. And I kind of show the ins and outs of what that looks like on a daily basis. So feel free to go check that out. And I have another vlog dropping tomorrow on that channel. So feel free to check that out. The next thing is my Instagram page. I do post on Instagram every single day where I'm talking about what's happening in the market, updates, news, analysis, and much more. That's the link. The link is down below. It's The Life of Tyler Hill. You can find that down in the description. And last but not least, I do reluctantly say this, but this is the case. If you guys do want to do some trading on leverage, first and foremost, if you're trading anything over 5x leverage, you're setting yourself up for failure. I'm going to make that fucking clear first and foremost. But if you are trading and you're responsible, you know what you're doing, you're like Fish or something like that, check out the link down below. You can get up to $10,000 in bonuses. These sorts of links and these rewards can go very far in moments like this, but do not use leverage if you don't know what you're doing. Not in this market. You're just going to get crushed. You're going to get crushed. Don't do it. Okay. But yeah, and then I also do posts on Twitter as well. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's linked down below too. So feel free to go check out all that stuff. The biggest thing is, though, the crypto school. I feel like anyone who's in the school, who's in this chat, can tell you I genuinely believe it's the best crypto education platform on earth. And if you agree with me and you're in the chat, just put a 1 in chat. The number 1. Let's see if people agree. Okay, what do you think about Solana and ETH? Total looks like it's a breaker and just swept downside liquidity. So it feels like it might drop a little bit more, but recover from there. I could definitely see that occurring. That would make a lot of sense to me. Thank you for helping us fighting the lizard people. I'll try my best, Shah. I'll try my best. What happens if Bitcoin drops the entire red zone you drew while the support channel is crossing the red zone, hitting them both? Does it explode or something? If it bounces, I mean, that just means it's a huge zone of support. Let's just cash in our gains and F off. So many people are in line staring people So many people online staring people off of a cliff. Gotcha. Is it time to buy? Yeah, if you're willing to hold it for a year or two. What do you think about Aether? I like it. I just have not looked at it in a while. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Ollie. Shout out to Daniel Borba. Glad to hear y'all guys like it. Can we look? Shout out to you, Daniel, by the way. Can we look into XE and its potential to reach previous all-time high? We talked about XE earlier. Shout out to Ollie. I personally think the 4-year cycle is extended, if not gone at this point. The world of adoption that we've been waiting for is here and will go up in the near future. That's a reasonable assumption. Shout out to Jason. Ever heard of XEN? It's my biggest bag in my cooked. I think Cade has talked a good bit about XEN, and so have I. I've talked a decent amount about it on like shorts and stuff. I typically focus on price action more than anything. I did say earlier when I was looking at XEN that his chart looked okay. Fear chart will hold the RSI back, small push up, then consolidate. I know this is weird, but a few nights before the crash, I remember the ocean upside down and sinking sand, and that was when I was wanting to purchase more coins. I felt like it was messing. I did not pursue. Yeah, it's crazy dream, dude. XPL, not super deep in it. Steering people off a cliff. Yeah. Do you reckon it's going to drop more, or this is a good level to buy both? Shout out to you, Toshi. Always see you in here. Love to see you. What do you think about Render? Render's okay. I just don't love Render. Market getting exhausting. Yeah, it sucks. That's a good sign. Why is there so much FUD spread across Twitter this week? I don't know. People are just scared. The theory that crypto follows ISM in the liquidity cycle more than halving cycle isn't crazy, and that's been pushed a year off from normal. Yeah, that's true. Hey, I'm actually going to stay on a little bit longer because I'm going to order some food right now. I'm going to order some food right now so that whenever I get off, I can go eat. I have not eaten in 9 hours. I'm not going to lie, you boys starving. What y'all about to eat? I'm trying to order. I'm going to answer some questions in a second. I'm just about to order some food. Beef, always. Air fried barbecue chicken with fried rice, sweet potato, and salad. That sounds so healthy. It's so much healthier than this bullshit that I'm about to eat. There we go. My bad, boys. I'm going to answer in a second. Hold on. What do you think about Cardano? Do you think there's room for it to soar? Eventually, one day, just probably not anytime soon. There we go. Food will be ready at 4:30. Okay, that's in 30 minutes. That's not bad. Hey, I don't know if y'all have noticed this or not, but like recently I've been doing a lot more streams where I literally just sit on here and do random shit. Put a yes in chat if you want me to keep doing more of these more often, where I'm literally just like sitting here hanging out. I can always just turn the stream off and go on about my day, but there's also something about just hanging out with y'all. So if you want me to keep doing these every now and then, just put a yes. Behind that mask you use. Yo, what I wish I could do is play music on this bitch. Yes. Oh, bet. Okay, word. Yeah, I'll do this more than for show. What do you think about the none of the top indicators have hit pure BS? That's all bullshit. Don't fucking top indicators are bullshit, bro. Like, if at any given point the market was in euphoria, that could have been a top. Simple as that. If the market was never in euphoria, it is very unlikely that we were at a top. Is a 4-year cycle over? Is the halving relevant? The next halving will be a non-event if many more time the supply getting bought up. Yeah, it could. I think it's getting more and more irrelevant. Damn, shout out to you guys. There's a whole lot of yeses in the chat. I'm still standing. I wish I could play music in here. Like that would, dude. I would sit on this screen or I would sit on this stream, bro, literally for like 7 hours if I could play music. Hang out is cool. Word. Hey, Tyler, how do you feel about the surge of gold? Do you think it'll pour into crypto? Yes. I do think people are going to rotate from gold back into Bitcoin. I am very, very, very convicted on that. Shout out to, I'm going to go for it. Hakot Kuyagut. Damn, that was like Nigerian, wasn't it? Might be. Do you think we're in euphoria? Felt nothing like 21. No. There was some euphoria in the end of last year for sure. I'll show you. This is some shit I usually only keep in the school, but you guys have been awesome. My biggest holding in altcoins is Ethereum at 6.8%, Sol at 5.7%, XRP at 3.3%. Doesn't Connor and Trump have similar sleep? No, their hair is different for sure. Have you been buying big amounts? No, I haven't been buying in a while, for like a week or two. Jason, stop it. If when altcoin season comes around, any chance you'll bring back gem finders? Probably not. I probably won't do gem finders because I've come to realize most microcaps are absolute horseshit. And the problem is that I will call them horseshit and then I get doxxed. Like last time, someone released my fucking address and it was just a whole thing. It's just not worth it. It was annoying. What's up with the big news right now? Nothing too crazy right now. I don't miss any of your videos, and they're very honest. I love that you don't try to hype and say, I'm just going to tell you guys exactly how I feel. I hope that's something that if I've accomplished anything on YouTube, I hope it's been just made very clear that I literally will just tell you exactly how I feel, and I will not lie. Damn, that's crazy, Snuggle Warrior. That's nutty, dude. What do you think of Tom Lee as an analyst? I think Tom Lee is incredibly biased, so I don't trust his opinions. What levels are you looking at to buy? None yet. How would a tariff agreement affect the crypto and overall market if tariffs removed? Would tons cycle back into crypto? Not immediately, but eventually. What if there's no euphoria? The cycle becomes mainly driven by institutions. It's very possible. But if that is the case, then the bear market won't be like a normal bear market. Hakot Kuyagot. I'm kind of Himothy. If you are buying coins that have good fundamentals, then worst case scenario, we go into a bear market. You buy more at lower price and be ready for the next bull run. It's just that simple. People just don't like that thought. They want money now. Tyler, when can we long position for Bitcoin and ETH only 3x? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't do it. Shout out to you, Shah. Tyler, when's Trump speaking? He spoke earlier, kind of. Or I mean, that's clear. That I also want to do. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I just feel like it's the best thing to do, bro, because it's kind of hard to fucking remember your lies. Like, if you're a lying ass YouTuber, it's hard to remember what you've lied about. Whereas me, I'll just be like Farshad. You remember Farshad from earlier? I said he was dumb. Like, yeah, I wasn't lying. Farshad's dumb. You know? Do you believe that Satoshi is dead? I don't think Satoshi is a person. Pepe. Institutions and market makers want retailers exit liquidity. They will press FOMO button and get that euphoria going. Reasonable. All right, is it okay? What about no. We don't. I'm sorry, champ, but anybody who spams just gets put in timeout for a few minutes. I'm behind on making the babies. Oh god. I don't think anyone told me what they're eating tonight, and that's very sad. Oh no, you guys did. You guys did. Mubby. I'm probably gonna do an Instagram live tomorrow, so make sure to go follow me. The Life of Tyler Hill. I hope this number's going up. I haven't refreshed it since the stream started. It's going to be very fucking embarrassing if this doesn't go up. Don't do this to me right now. Stream over, bro. That's the end of the stream. I'm the loser. I'm a loser. I'm the worst loser of all the losers. I'm posting another Instagram post tomorrow, actually, too. So I have a vlog going out tomorrow. I think the vlog is going out tomorrow. It might be, what day is today? Thursday. It might go out Saturday. So I got a vlog going out tomorrow and another IG post. Sheesh. I had Popeyes earlier. Brillo. That's a very, very good idea. Popeyes is kind of hit. What's going on over on Twitter? Just getting like MMA shit and crypto shit. I hate this goddamn chart, bro. It like this. I know I show it every now and then whenever I'm talking about market sentiment, but yo, betting, like really betting heavily based on this chart genuinely pisses me off so bad, bro. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I know Peter Schiff is having a fucking field day right now, bro. Yo, Armin Sarukian is cracked, bro. What? Yeah, that's so accurate. Months of boredom, 3 days of euphoria, followed by the biggest liquidation event, then straight back to depression and sideways misery. Oh my god. Yo, people on Twitter are really just like giving up. Yeah, imagine if he would have got this Darce choke, how that would have altered the timeline. That is kind of valid. I just bought more Bitcoin. I've officially exited my entire cash position. I am bullish here. We are oversold. One thing I hate about Twitter is how all of the replies and all of the fucking posts are just bots, bro. Oh, here he go. I know, bro. I know he is, dude. Gold rose over $100 today, now trading at 4,300. Silver rose $1 and is trading about 54. Gold. You don't think this portends an imminent dollar financial crisis? You're in denial. He has to be on Bitcoin's ass right now. There's no way he's not. But a de-Bitcoinization trade. Bitcoin has failed the test as a viable alternative to the US dollar or digital gold. Hodlers are in denial, and their refusal to accept reality will cost them dearly. I just feel like that's a crazy take. I just feel like that's a crazy take. Hold on, I want to see something. I don't know, bro. I feel like he's just being a dick. I do kind of agree with him here, though. Wait, what's up, Larry? Oh, I don't know. I'm just kind of yapping. I'm waiting. My food's gonna be ready in about 20 minutes, so I'm just kind of hanging out. Like this is literally what I would be doing if I wasn't on stream. So I was like, why not just hang out with y'all, bro? Yo, this dude is so fucking nice, dude. Hey, y'all ever watch Digital Asset News? Rob from Digital Asset News is literally like one of the nicest people on earth, bro. Yo, is there like a gold? Is there like a gold fear and greed index? Is that a thing? Holy shit. Yeah. That's crazy. Is that accurate? How do you say this word? Is it bouillon? That's how we'd say it in the South. Bouillon. 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 I feel like this can't be real, bro. Bouillon. Bouillon. That shit bouillon. What the hell? Damn, it is sending, bro. Wowza. It's crazy how it like peaked here in 2011, 2012, bro. Didn't break out of this for 10 years. Holy shit. Imagine if Bitcoin does that. Dude. Imagine if Bitcoin just flatlined for 10 years. It makes a lot of sense though, because this was definitely not a good like 2012 to like 2019 wasn't a great time for like the de-dollarization narrative. Fucking sends it, dude. Yo, I can't imagine what the FOMO is like right now. Hey, how many of y'all in the chat right now have never even considered buying gold until like this week? Put yes. If you're feeling gold FOMO, put yes in the chat. Yeah. 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 Some people definitely feeling it. Yeah, people feeling it. Damn, bro. I've owned gold since before you were born. Me too. Ash Crypto. My October position. I think we're seeing a pump to make everyone believe Pumptober is real. And as soon as we take a nasty job, damn, okay, that was a hell of a call. That'd be crazy. Yeah, imagine Ash called this shit perfectly on the money. Bro said, Person, gold is outperforming everything this year because gold is the only asset immune to Trump's rage tweets and obnoxious policies. Until Bitcoin grows some nuts and start being a sovereign asset instead of dumping every time he farts, we're not going anywhere. Bitcoin Twitter's echo chamber had US massively overestimating where we were in terms of adoptions. We were still an extremely immature asset on the global stage. Sheesh. This is actually true. Literally, bro. My gold is definitely older than Tyler. Fuck, dude. 2001, baby, y'all. Is that crazy? Actually, call me down, but I just bought. No, Ash is Market Insider. My bad there, Tyler. I came late and was watching the beginning while saying things going in. No, it's cool, OG. I ain't tripping. Ew, bro. I'm probably fucked, dude. I know I started that Robinhood portfolio this year. Because I have basically all of my stocks in like a managed thingamajiggy. Like I have a wealth manager who manages it all. So I started like a Robinhood portfolio just to have somebody else manage it. This shit is getting nuked, bro. It's down 7 bands this week. Look at this. This is disgusting. It's like actually gross. It's actually disgusting. It's not bad on the year though. Year to date's decent. Look. But it like nuked so much of my gains, bro. So I started this portfolio at the beginning of this year. It was up 35 G's at one point. Now it's down 10. It lost 10 of that within one day. That shit was so aggravating, bro. I remember I was literally in the shower and I looked at my Robinhood portfolio. It was dropping $1,000 a second. I was like, what the fuck is going on? No thanks. I can lose it on my own. I think people are buying gold because they don't want to be around the AI bubble crash. I think people are buying gold because other people were buying gold. I think the narrative of gold just started to spike and then people jumped in, then retail jumped in, then institutions jump in, and people in the stock market are not making it. It's perfect. It's the perfect formula. Like stock market's not doing good, crypto's not doing good. Everybody's desperate. They want some shit. This whole de-dollarization narrative pops up and it makes some sense to some people. You start to see the market pushing it upwards. Next thing you know, everyone jumps in, retail jumps in, bam, rocket fuel. Crazy, bro. Gold is making a higher high on the daily RSI right now. That's nuts. Is there any difference between buying gold bars and just buying gold on like Fidelity? I genuinely know nothing about like precious metals and stuff. That is like the one thing I've never explored. I have 10 doors in real estate. I got a decent stock portfolio. I got a decent crypto portfolio. I know fuck all about gold and silver and all that. Hard to tell, but I could have definitely imagined people trying to play the narrative, like the swing narrative from gold to Bitcoin. But maybe I'm being like maybe that's hopium. Do you think it's gonna go up, bro? Yeah, I think so. 100% big difference. The paper gold market is fraudulent as fuck. I knew gold was going places soon. Financial atheist. When my financially atheist dad randomly mentioned wanting to buy some in April, I just thought my alts would do better. Reasonable. I don't know. I just bought the ETFs a few months ago. PAX gold. There's a token peg to it. Storage fees plus you lose in margins. What does that even mean, bro? So when you say storage fees, is it like you buy it, then somebody holds it for you in a place, but you don't actually have it? Or do you actually just walk around with gold bars on some fucking Captain Jack Sparrow shit? Most will be buying paper gold. Bought gold and silver in 2014, silver lining right now. The only difference will be buying physical gold is that it's very hard to move houses if you have enough of it. That makes sense. Does gold have to bear market for Bitcoin to genuinely pull? I don't think so. Quite hard to sell for a good price. Bullion. Offer way more bullish spot price premiums. Asia is de-dollarizing in gold and US is de-dollarizing in crypto. Yeah, well, they're winning. No storage fees. Buy from a shop. Storage is gay. It's usually stored in special places for it. Okay. Trump supporters regret voting for Trump. I mean, definitely some probably do. I think a lot of people who voted for Trump also probably don't, what's it called? They probably like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if they do. I'd love to see a poll for that. That's interesting. I'm in the make money party. I don't give a fuck who wins. As in for physical gold. I'd say gold has max 2-3 weeks. Yeah, 2-3 weeks is a lot, to be honest. Gold is much more stable. A rotation out of gold to Bitcoin doesn't have to nuke its price much. Right. Are you into the second minimum? I hit the outdoor range twice. Yeah, definitely. My house is armed to the fucking gills, dude. Hell yeah. I have 1.2 ounce Mexican pesos dealers have been giving me 96. I don't even know what that means, bro. Just joined as Trump the reason the market's crashing? No, not really. They were just talking about like IVF, and then the market's like just dumped. Do you think it can still bull run this year, bro? Yeah. Genuinely considering selling my gold for Bitcoin right now. That'd be a fucking play, dude. What if Bitcoin just sends it? Because like gold's not doubling from here. There's no way. Like no way gold goes to $60 fucking trillion dollars, dude. No chance, bro. Not like in the next year. There's no way. But what if it does? Maybe I should have bought some. I'd vote 20 times for him again. Hell yeah, brother. Me too, Godspeed. That's what I'm saying. Voting for Trump was one of the worst things I had to do. It was better than the alternative. I feel like that's a very common opinion. Precious metals like gold and silver have been heavily suppressed. What do you mean suppressed? Do you mean like crypto market manipulation suppressed, or like is there another way? Trump cares about Trump in America. We get to choose between blue pharma and red Netanyahu. We are too big of gullible pussies to vote for anything else. Based. Trump looking like Maduro. Who the fuck is that? Not financial advice, but I would get out of gold right now. That's super valid, bro. I'd vote for Trump if I was in the USA. I mean, a lot of people did. Gold probably goes to 5K by end of year, then slows down. 5K feels like the number that everyone says it's going to go to because it's such a big like number, but maybe it like doesn't get that far. Oh no shit about gold, to be honest. Yeah. Here in London, there's a shortage of gold, I believe. I was just in London. It's so fucking awesome, dude. London was so awesome. I couldn't imagine living in London trying to be like an entrepreneur. I think that's like impossible. It doesn't seem possible, at least. I'm also like super ignorant to this, but like, yo, I definitely want to go back to London at some point. Y'all McDonald's is also way better than ours. Thank you for reading messages, bro. People that live stream crypto 20 viewers don't read. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Y'all are awesome. I literally would have closed down the stream like an hour and a half ago or 2 hours ago for one for chat. Trump looking like the Venezuelan dictator Maduro. Oh gosh. 4-year cycle over or top in already. Is that not the same question? Gold will send it again once the QE starts in a big wave. That's an interesting thought. The thing that people have to understand is that even if the crypto market, or even if a market is placed into an environment in which it could grow, doesn't mean it has to. For example, Solana's price absolutely rallied all the way up to all-time highs. And then after Solana's price rallied, the liquidity and the capital flowed from Solana into other assets in the same asset class in it and pumped without Solana. What you have to understand is that at some point, people just get like happy with the gains that they've generated from an asset and they just don't buy it anymore. And so it does not guarantee that gold is going to outperform when quantitative easing starts. That's my like general opinion. But anyway, back to being a degenerate brain rot. Shout out to you, John. You think Trump is able to lick his eyeballs? Hell yeah, he's definitely lizard-like for sure. He ain't a full one, but definitely lizard-like for sure. Our McDonald's may be better, but thank the Lord he didn't try our Taco Bell. No chance on fucking planet Earth that I went to a London Taco Bell. Shout out to you guys, but that sounds disgusting. Israel is going to help Trump stay in office past his term. Hence, as 100%. How does that even work, bro? I don't know what you mean. McDonald's in London is... No, it's not, bro. McDonald's in London is not nasty. You're just actually wrong. Ben Cohen is skeptical about selling gold right now. He's feeling that FOMO. Yes, Morgan was fined $1 billion for manipulating the price of silver. Wouldn't put it past him for doing gold also. Damn, bro. to dip the market more and more. Damn. Are you still bullish? Hell yeah, I'm still bullish. Are you crazy? For what Peter Schiff was saying is that if you look at gold, because you will see that it's not put in a new high system. I want to leave London. I've lived here my whole life. I'd like to either move to French or Swiss Alps. Fire. Pick one, bro. Just go. Why not? I'm just joking. I don't know if that's possible. The only taco in Taco Bell is Trump. I do not understand. My understanding all through school was president could go 2.5 terms. I thought a president. Wait, that does sound mad familiar. How would a president go 2.5 terms? Well, like, is it like if they're vice president and then like the president, something happens to the president, then they take over, they could still have 2 terms, 2 full terms after that? I don't remember any other way though. Connor for president next. Imagine speech. My fellow member 3,500. 20 years they have been keeping the price down to keep buying, and it's silver that London is out of. They're flying the silver over to them to keep the paper markets alive. Shit. You think Altcoin Starzan will start at all? I don't know. We can't switch. We can't switch during war. The Mackeys in the Alpine region in Europe is so good. What is that? That's how Israel traps our politicians currently. I mean, Qatar just gave Trump a 400 milli vanilli jet, and Trump announces a new Qatar military base. Fuck, I'd do the same thing. Do you ever watch Crypto with Klaus? Damn, that sounds so. Oh, I forgot about that guy. I literally didn't know. Yeah, but I haven't. I forgot about this person. I have seen this channel. I saw this channel like a long ass time ago. Yeah, like 4 years ago. Still gets great views. Good for him. Wow, smashing it. Big XRP guy. Biggest XRP guy. Guys, I'm going to go get my food in a second here, so we're going to wrap it up in a sec. London has to be entrepreneurial. Rent rates equal criminal. Hard to be entrepreneurial. Rent rates equal criminal. Well, hey, City Limits, what are some of the reasons why you think it's hard to be an entrepreneur in London? Yo, London's fucking badass, though, bro. Like, it's like New York, but like clean and not dirty and not loud and not annoying and not full of fucking rats everywhere. Glad I lost sleep this year to buy lows to end up... Yeah, bro, it's kind of rough. Hey, yo, I'm watching Vikings Valhalla tonight. So excited, dude. Vikings Valhalla is so good. Yo, honestly, I'm kind of tied into it more right now than I was the first Vikings. Like, I'm tied into the actual plot of this Vikings Valhalla season. I just finished the first season. I think the plot is low-key better. Like, the first Vikings, they built it around Ragnar, right? Like, they built it around his character. Like, all of it. Like, the whole thing was about him, really. Whereas this one is built around, there's so much going on. It's so good, dude. The bear market is right. Bro, imagine Trump advances VP and the man takes one for the You're crazy. Trying to see if my editor sent me my vlog yet, dude. Hopefully so soon. Nope, not yet. Cool. What up, Riccardo Alessandrini Gentili? That has to be Italian, bro. So it's okay to do the wrong thing for your... I was just joking. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, relax, bro. Y'all can't take a damn joke these days. Still take that jet though. London, bro. London is not nearly as dirty as New York. There is with no. I'm not even gonna argue with you guys. I'm actually not arguing with you guys. You're actually just wrong. I'm moving to Thailand. No crypto capital gains, and my Thai wife is pissed off with the Scottish weather. Hey, Thailand's a joke. I've never been there though. Shout out to the Irish. I'm going to Irish next year. Bro, I don't care. I don't care if the outskirts of London are dirty. I'm talking about the dead center, like Piccadilly Circus area, bro. That shit, if you put Piccadilly Circus in the middle of New York, it would literally be a modern warfare lobby of homeless people and rats killing each other, bro. Lots of entrepreneurs in London are leaving to the Middle East. Super valid. Current Labour government are doing their best to choke free enterprise capital gain. Damn, that sucks, bro. Why? I don't understand why. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Saying London is clean compared to New York is like saying Amy Schumer is hot compared to a porta potty. She is hot compared to a porta potty. So my point stands. Because, duh. But she's not. But compared to a porta potty, she is. Europe is a second world country, not gonna lie. That's crazy logic. Digital ID in Thailand now cooked. What's that mean? Piccadilly Circus with a fun COD map. Facts. That's one with the big ass bus in the middle, right? Not Newtown, like the other, like they have buses everywhere. Visit Dublin, Ireland more. I don't know what that word says. I'm going to Ireland next year, I think, probably. Our COO lives like in that area. Not Dublin, way far away from that, but still Ireland. I don't know how much you guys pay there in taxes as business, but in Portugal, it's fucked. I give around 40. I think my what's it called? I think my effective tax rate is like 35%. That's fucked, dude. I pay like tens of thousands of dollars every month in taxes. It's fucked. It's like every single month I have to go pay like 30 bands in taxes. Yeah, the big bus. That's what I'm saying. By the way, I'm a big. Oh, damn. I think my food's ready. Yeah, my food is ready. I think OKX is cool. I said Europe was a country. I know what he meant, bro. Oh, my goodness, boys. All right. 3 hours, 18 minutes. Your boy's starving. I'm going to go get some food. It's been fun. It's been fun. Go follow me on Instagram. I know I'm begging, but like, come on, G. I'm just trying to hit 4,000. Also, don't forget, you can go sign up for the school down below. I'm going to do some stuff in there pretty soon. We have one-on-one coaching, classes, programs, all that stuff coming to you very soon there. Don't forget, you can also go follow my other YouTube channel, which is linked down below if you want to see some stuff about me. And if you want to do some trading, you can get up to $10,000 in bonus. It's over you go try to do the BCCC. All right, everybody. Hold on. Wait. Bro, hey, hold on, guys. Let's boo this person real quick. Bro, your voice is mad nerdy. Work on it, gang. You actually sound like you're actually stupid. You're actually stupid. Bro, you sound like a nerd. Bro, you sound like a nerd. You gotta work on it, gang. You gotta work on it, gang. Come on, son. You gotta talk like. Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. I smell you through my screen. I'm just joking. I don't care. No, I know. It's the glasses, bro. The glasses make me sound like a nerd. Anyway, all right, boys, I'm getting off. I'm gonna go get some food. I appreciate y'all. It's been real. See you later. Bye.